question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising. Good morning to everybody out there that's in the earshot of me. I apologize early if I sound clogged and congestion because I am, and y'all all know what that is, and that's all about. But I digress. Enough about me. Let's get into the show today. This good goodness. But before I can get into the show, a few words from our sponsors. First up, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. That is a wonderful, wonderful book. Wait a minute. That is a wonderful, wonderful book that I just dropped before the show started. Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning, right? It's a good book to have. Y'all need to go out and get this. And while you out there getting booked, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning, go on and grab you some Molly Moss sea moss. Yes, all your sea moss needs, Molly Moss got them. And then some. DM the boy. He'll let you know of his selection and his inventory of everything that he do, Molly. Look, his name alone to get you high. Molly, hey. So, anyway, in a good way. Positive vibes, good vibes. That's what I'm talking about. Today, all righty. Woo! I'm getting this out the way early so we can just get on into the show because I know a lot of people going to have a lot to say about this topic. Good morning to my panelists, my kid, my baby, Trey Wiz. When I say my kid, I call him this young man my son as well. So,
good morning.
But I say not Trey Wiz. That's my kid. That's my boo. That's my songbird.
Type shit. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning to you, honey. How have you been?
Shoot, I've been clear-minded. I've been well. You know, if you see like this type of background, you know I'm sitting in the backyard, so I'm enjoying myself and watching squirrels run by and shit, cars driving. It's pretty decent. It's gonna warm up to like probably 70 today.
That's what they said. It's a nice brisk day. See, I like it when it's this kind of weather, when it's like cold enough to wear like a windbreaker or something, or a little jacket or something.
Yeah.
I love it because I don't feel hot and stifled, And then if I want to put something on, I can, versus it being real hot. When it's real hot, I notice I can't move. I move like a snail, and I feel like I'm pass out all the time. But
I feel you.
The only thing is this right here. Oh, this is woosah, all this, mucus up in here and all of that. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's like it's all one. Good morning.
Let's say hi to my mom.
Good morning, Miss Shannon. How are you, honey?
She need to get on here one of these days. I was telling
her. Just wife is named Shannon, so my cousin is named Shannon. I got a cousin named Shannon.
Yeah, I don't hear too many. That's
the name Shannon. Shannon used to be a big name back in the 80s, baby. Mm-hmm. Every time you turn around was a Shannon. There's a look that that was our generation. So a lot of 50-year-old up is named Shannon. Shannon. A lot of
Yeah, because
Shannon.
I for sure don't know nothing right now. Not
Really?
anymore. I don't hear that. Like, not people in my personal circle. I know there's people out there named Shannon, but not in my personal circle. I ain't got no Shannons around me. There's a whole bunch of Briannas and all that, but
I think the name in our group changes. Like when you was born, the name Rihanna might have been a hot name in your age group,
exactly,
And
yeah.
then that, and when me and your mom was born, Shannon was a hot name. Look, Althea ain't never been a hot name in nobody group. Okay. So that's
Ain't
a
nobody, but
1930s
I don't know.
full
There might be
British
some classic out there, but I don't know. Like I don't know.
that never been a hot name,
Hot name. Ooh, out there, like you know what? Stuff.
Exactly,
Make it
right?
work if you can. Shit, make it work.
It's not a sexy name. It don't sound, don't sound sexy, don't sound fun. It sounds like an old English, it sounds like an old fat white woman. That's what that look.
Man, come on.
I'm just being honest. And poor Althea Gibson, me and Althea Gibson, people don't even know who Althea Gibson is. I was like, oh. So, and Althea wasn't a fat lady. She actually was tennis star, a black tennis star. Her and Arthur Ashe is the two names in tennis that we grew up hearing. Arthur Ashe, Althea Gibson. She wasn't Wimbledon. Boop, boop. She was out there doing it before Venus and Serena. So I love my namesake, but actually that's not my namesake. My name came from black people not knowing how to spell in the hospital. So how do you spell? It's supposed to be Alethea. So that's how they spelled. The nurse spelled it. They said, "Put it down, Alethea."
I think it
So
looks good on paper. It presents well, like how it reads. It looks well. So whatever.
Okay.
'Cause some people got some, lachey trying to get a job for the government, whatever. So at least you got a name that like it works.
It
Looks good
works
on
well.
resume or something.
You got that right, because there's so many job interviews. When they talk to me on the phone, when I go in, they looking at me like, "Oh, you're black and fat too? Oh, you didn't know?"
I'll be trying to check white on the little thing. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be hoping that get me a little closer. Ain't no white Trayvons, but I'm still hoping that do something for the algorithm.
If there could be a white Dwight or a white Terrence, there could be a white Trayvon. Yes, and he is out there. There's a lot of Trayvon.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look on Facebook see if there's any white Trayvons around this joint. Didn't have a name, and I was in the hospital in labor. Oh yeah, my aunt named me. She says that all the time. My aunt that I live with at the moment named me. She said that I didn't have a name, and I was in the hospital in labor. Auntie Kim named Trayvon. I was in so much pain. She could have called me flower pot. Nowadays that shit will work. Nowadays your ass is leaf and apple and grapefruit and all that shit. Now, so you do whatever the hell you want to do.
Right, you absolutely you daggone right about that. Now what's in the name? Nothing. But
that
the
matters
name,
though, for real. That matters.
some people, that's what I was about to say. Some people say name describes your destiny. And I hope not, because I know a little boy, he's a grown man name. You know what I'm getting ready to say? He's a grown man name. Now he is, and his name is Useless.
Oh yeah.
Why would you name your child? And it's spelled like the word useless.
I got some other names I want to say, but I can't say it because my people be watching. They be watching the stream when I attach it to like stream y'all on my Facebook account, so I can't say some of them names. But some of y'all know that y'all messed up. Y'all did not set y'all kids up to even get a job at the Waffle House. The way y'all set some of these kids up.
I know a young lady that she works in the medical field with me in the doctor's office. She was the receptionist, and her name was Kilolo.
You lying like shit. You lying like shit.
Kilolo.
No.
I kid you not. So when they was introducing to the new staff, she said, I did not know that was her name. Kilolo. When she said it, I said, oh, shucks, you want some, but you can't have none. I was like, yeah, I know. I saw that episode of Martin. And she looked at me.
Right. So name ain't no trick.
No, my real name is Kilolo.
Right.
And then I looked at her name tag.
It's
I
a
said, oh, I'm
Kilolo.
so sorry. I said, who the hell named you Kilolo? She said, my mother. I was like, your
Yeah,
mother
that's
like
that out.
Martin.
Where was she a receptionist of?
She was a receptionist for the doctor's office. And I was like, she said people do get it all the time when she said Kilolo. They bust out because we all seen the episode of Martin. We all know that episode. And if you call somebody right now,
Wasn't it a competition or fundraiser or something like that? Like that they was on. I know they was on stage, but wasn't it a competition or fundraiser?
And speaking, I'm glad you mentioned fundraiser. We're holding a fundraiser. Now my cousin reached out to me. My cousin Anita from North Carolina. I met her at this year's family reunion. They're doing a fundraiser, and we could participate all over to help the children of incarcerated persons.
That's dope.
To help them get school supplies and the stuff they need for this school year. So they got 72, and their goal is 200. And it's the Krispy Kreme donation thing. So it's like if you buy a thing of donuts, it's a fundraiser. And it's online, so I guess you go to any Krispy Kreme and get them donuts. See, they don't need to tell no big bitch like me about some Krispy Kreme. I try to lose weight, but I want to help kids too. I used to be so fat. And when I say so fat, I used to eat like, I found out what big back meant. So I used to eat like a big bag. Yes, I was. Me and my girl. We used to have, I kid you not, we used to have a donut on each finger. And this is what we call glizzies. We was up there tearing those donuts up. That was a hot Krispy Kreme. We would get a dozen. Sometimes we would get 2 dozen.
You should be ashamed.
I should be ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself now, but when I was eating them, I was enjoying myself. They was all hot, and then you take one bite and melt in your mouth. I'm like, ooh.
Krispy Kreme donut.
When that hot sound was on.
You see that hot donut sign from a mile away. You be like, hot donut sign on.
Yes. Krispy Kreme. We almost got in an accident. Misha was driving, and she saw the hot sign, and we swerved, and she jumped over the medium in her truck. I said, we could have got stuck on that medium right there on Route Road, Ritchie Highway. That Krispy Kreme. She was making a beeline to that. She saw the hot sign and freaked out. It was me, her, and my son in the car. And I remember my son saying, "Oh, Sparkle, this ain't Jumper." We saw this movie about how you can jump time. And he said, "This ain't Jumper. You can't jump." She jumped.
But you know, Miss Reed? Hey, Trayvon, do you remember? You remember when I was pregnant with Livy? And they had I could have swore the hot donut sign was on that Richmond Highway.
Damn.
And let me tell you, and when I got up in there, y'all, and she said the hot donut sign wasn't on, I'm like, this bitch fucking with the hot donut sign. Because she
bitch, you had that shit on.
This bitch down there, I said, this bitch down here playing with the hot donut sign. She knew that hot donut sign was on.
It's the Oakland one. Is this Mama Shannon?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, baby.
Hey, how are you? You know, I got many names, so I was on there commenting before. Hey, but let me tell you something. When we were talking about names, I had shared that my sister had named Trayvon because I didn't have a name for him. I was dancing around Malcolm, so he could have been named Malcolm.
Lord, Malcolm Gray.
Malcolm Gray.
I can see that. I like the name.
But that's all right though. That looks good on paper.
It did. Well, it's very important. You know, I had worked in the government for many years, and I know a name in the HR department. People assume a lot of things because of your name, unless it has some type of historical or religious or cultural difference. I mean, significance to it. You can explain what kind of where your name is coming from. But if you had this long name, spelled ABCDEFGHIJLNOP, and it's supposed to be Mary, then they don't say it, but it does really affect you. So I was very nervous about that. Like I just have two. So I have Trayvon as my oldest, and then I have Olivia. And Olivia's name, check this out.
It's an old name too.
It's an old name. I always thought the name Olivia sounded like a classic beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Olivia. I just always thought that. But her middle name is Reve, and Reve is the name of John Walsh's wife from America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Her name was Reve.
Yeah.
And since I'm a poet too, Reve is is like another name for Raven for you know I'm talking about Trayvon. The Raven from Edgar Allan Poe.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying all that to say I try to be very careful with selecting the names. I just couldn't get with
What's up, John?
having the whole alphabet and your name supposed to be Mary. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
So that's
Well,
that's my real moment.
Yeah.
Well, I know for a fact that my parents were high and fucking pissed off in 1973. They named me Damian Seaman. What the fuck? Yeah, and then my oldest son, he was born in 1991, and I already got through the whole name book for my oldest daughter Zoe, which means life. But I named my oldest son Damian Wade Seaman Jr. Now his nickname is Daddy's Little Squirt, but now he's pissed off. He's 33 years old. He's fucking mad at me, man.
You gonna hear about a lot of semen and all that shit on here.
That's messed up. Somebody got some backwash in
Yeah, that's your microphone, man.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Thank y'all for letting me come on for a second.
No,
I appreciate it.
Anytime you want and participate in the panel.
Absolutely.
Today. Good morning, Funny Man Green.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, say hey to the opulent one. Say good morning.
I was going to, but I couldn't pronounce it. I didn't want to sound illiterate.
Oh wow!
I said it, omelet, omelet.
Look,
That's my name on the show.
I hope I'm saying it right. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's what she's called from.
I am Shannon. I'm the opulent one. I'm Mama G. I got about 4 or 5 different names, depending on where I'm at.
Wait a minute. I got it. Wait a minute. What did you say? You said your name is Sharon?
My name is Shannon. Shannon.
Okay, Sharon. Well, guess what? We should never get
Damien. Shannon.
We should never get married. It would be Sharon Seaman. We got
married.
Sharon Seaman.
I know you said joke word, but that still didn't work. Her name is Shannon. Shannon, like let the music play. You
okay, I'm sorry.
Shannon.
My bad.
Yeah, I got a name. I got a name for you though. My full name is Shannon Ray Chappelle, like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So look, depending on where I'm at, just call me Shannon. Don't call me nothing derogatory. I can't answer that. call me whatever you want. But anyway, y'all.
I thought you said
Sharon. You got jokes.
I got jokes. Damn right, I got jokes.
You got jokes.
But
all right, y'all take good care now.
All right, Mama.
All right, see you later.
All right,
bye.
And speaking of names, like Miss Shannon was saying when she named Trey, I had a similar. I was going to name my son Tariq, but my grandfather was like, I don't like Tariq. I can't say no Tariq. I said, Granddaddy, you saying it now? He was like, no. I said it's Arabic for warrior or meaning black warrior or something. I was looking up names. He said, why don't you get something that you can pronounce? Why don't you get something with your name in it? And I was like, I don't want to name him Albert or Alan or nothing like that, because my real name is Althea. He said, well, then use Reese. So I'll sit down. I was mad about it. I had to pray about that thing. What am I going to name my child, right? So I said Tyree. I just happened to flip in the Bible. I said Tyre. It was a place in the back. Oh, I'm looking at maps, and that stood out, Tyree. So I said, I'm gonna name him Tyree.
Mhm.
Tyree Wade McFarland. I took that back to my granddaddy, and he said, okay. But I thought I was gonna have a girl, so I was like, okay, granddad, if it's a boy, that's the name. I said, but it's gonna be a girl. I was going to, I'm saying for a girl, but it came out of him. When we saw the sonogram, we thought it was a girl because they couldn't tell because he had his hands over his, he wouldn't show. And my grandfather looked at it and said, that's a him because he looked like a puppy in the face. He said, no, that looked like a puppy. Look at that stuff because he had the stuff on his ears and stuff. Everybody else thought it was a girl. But my grandfather was like, nope, that's a boy. And that's what it was. And he was right.
Hey, Althea, my youngest daughter, we didn't know whether it was going to be a boy or a girl. We didn't check. But we picked a name, Carson, with a K. Karson.
That's my
So when she came out, everyone thought it was a boy. Now Carson is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young lady, and she's doing so well. And she's got, like some people say it's a boy's name, and my daughter Carson, she will smack you right in the fucking mouth and say, "Nope, it's my name." Fucking Carson.
Good morning,
Carson, that's like
Daddy.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's up, Lee?
Yeah.
Miss Lee.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Dickey.
Y'all go. Get that shit go.
Hey, let's get it on. Get it on.
I keep thinking of Rubber Dicky, but I
Yeah.
So you on your way to Lee? What you got
On my
going on?
way home, I had to go get. I didn't have an onion in my house. I ate them all. And see, and when I don't cook a lot, I tend to you don't use it and it goes bad. So I used my last onion a couple days ago, so I had to go get another one because I'm preparing myself some catfish stew
That shit.
and some rice and biscuits and some broccoli. I'm doing a vegetable type medley with broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
That'll make a turd. That'll
That
make a
sounds
turd.
good. That sounds good.
Look, if I didn't know better, I would call Lee Geechee.
I am. I was raised eating Geechee food. And say shit, you gotta remember my birth certificate says I'm colored.
And shit.
So ain't no telling what colored I am.
All right,
Yeah.
Geechee Dan.
Oh,
Right,
that used to be
Good
my
morning,
favorite.
Joey Lee.
I used to
So good.
call everybody Geechee Dan. Ah,
For those who don't know, Geechee Dan, y'all watch the movie Uptown Saturday Night. With
hey,
two
I
great
gotta run. I gotta run. My bus is here.
runs,
All right.
Sidney Poitier and
Okay.
Bill Cosby. Uptown Saturday Night. That's a cult classic, especially back in the 70s.
Good morning
That's-
to
that's
everybody
the
that's in
movie.
here. I've seen a lot of little good mornings. So good morning to everybody that's in
Good
here.
morning. Can you see their
Joey
names?
Lee and Joey
Hey,
Lee and
Joey Lee.
LA Josh was one.
Josh is up this morning.
Oh, that's okay. So it's just those two so far. But good morning to y'all.
And some more people. I'm still sending out the link to some more people. Look, we got a good conversation today. David, I'm glad you here with us today. We had a heated one yesterday, David. Woo,
Oh,
where was you, Mr. Green?
Man,
Oh my goodness! I really missed you. I wasn't feeling well.
Oh, see, it's something in the air because everyone that I'm coming across it's that time of year though. Around in the air when it keep changing, getting cold, getting hot, get cold, getting hot, and whatever in the air. It's going to be a
My
great
bad,
show
pop your
tomorrow. It's going to be a
allergies,
great show today. I'm gonna tell y'all where mucus come from. So if y'all didn't, I had to look it up because
Did someone say in the comments yesterday I should never take my shirt off again? Was that Lee?
that was everybody. That was
You just be
everybody.
setting yourself up and shit, you know. Oh.
Yeah, man. Hey, if it's funny, it's funny, man. Just go with it.
So I'm talking about something that's not too funny today. First, I want to thank everybody that saw the fundraiser for the Krispy Kreme donuts, and y'all get y'all donuts, and it goes to a good cause. It's to help children whose parents are incarcerated, because we know that a lot of moms and dads end up going in the system, whether they should be there or not. That's not the point. We want to help the children that has these unfortunate circumstances, and that to help them get what they need so they can do what they need to do as the babies. The whole show today is about the baby. These kids, I know children, they're young and they start at a young age. They are on more than just weed. They are on weed, they're on pills, they're on everything but Good Morning America. These children, these badass kids is on everything. And I was like, damn, there's so much drugs out here. And they're getting it from the parents, they're getting it from other kids. When I was growing up, I mean, we always had use of drugs, right? But I want to say we was a little more responsible, our generation. Maybe not, because my generation was a crack epidemic. But
right.
Yeah, and Althea, that's what I tell my kids. They're always talking to me about my drinking and my smoking weed, and I smoke cigarettes all day. And so I just sit my kids down. I just give it to them right. I said, I just want you to know the only reason why I'm your father is I want you to look at me as a bad example. Just do opposite of what I do, and you'll be fine.
See, but they can't help it because they're born with crack in their blood. See, that's
the other thing that they know is that I love them unconditionally with all my heart, and if they make some poor decisions in their life, I'll be there to pick them up. I will show up in jail. I will bond you out, and I will give you a kiss and probably roll a joint on the ride home. I mean, because I'm that guy.
But see, this is what I want to say, because when we look at the youth, there's so many younger people are on drugs and harder drugs than what we had growing up. Is it because they were born drug addicted? A lot of them was the crack era, was the baby boom era.
Althea, I was born in Northern California, okay, in a little town called Comchi. So literally, I was born in a barn. Literally, I was born in a barn. And but my birth certificate says Ukiah, California. Now, when I was born back then in 1973, they didn't take children away when they knew that the baby was addicted. I was born addicted to heroin, cocaine, and alcohol. And I was 6 weeks early, and I was 6 pounds, 6 ounces. Maybe that's why the name Damien is so prevalent. But back then, they didn't take children away from a sick mother or father. You know, what they did is they treated them. And I don't know where we've gone in this country where we criminalized since in 51 years. I've seen, women that maybe had a drug problem and wanted to get treatment, didn't have the resource, and then they get their baby taken away. What does that do to that person for the rest of their fucking life? You know, they got to think about one fucking bad decision they made, And that's just all I can say about that, because I was not taken away from my mother. She was treated like it was a medical condition, not a criminal act.
Well, Damien, you got to realize something. The black stem with the black stem, our functions are different. They will treat you before they treat us. Our organs are a little more valuable than what you think they are. They've been doing these things.
I'm a retired Navy corpsman. You can talk to me all you want about organs, because I know I serve with every single color of the rainbow.
Okay, but you already know that if you got donor on there or whatever you got on there, they're gonna take care of you. They're not gonna take care of us unless you have a certain amount of money.
I'll agree to disagree with you.
So Lee, if I'm hearing you right, correct me, but I hear you saying because the color of our skin that depicts what type of treatment that you're gonna get in the hospital, because you're
In
saying that
life,
if you're
in,
black,
in,
you're not gonna get as good as treatment as if you're white. Is that what you're
in,
saying?
in
That's
life,
there's a,
yes.
there's a lot of undertakers are saying it's a mistake to put donor
Driver's license.
on your driver's license because they
Right.
can on purpose set up an accident or something like that. No, for your organs and junk.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that sounds like crap.
You
this
got y'all
is
got
what
to.
I've learned
No,
that
it's true. It's true. It's true.
no. Let's, before you interrupt me, this is what I learned about service for the black and the white. If you don't have insurance, whether you black or you white, you're gonna get crap.
Mhm.
You're gonna get the crap. So
That
it's
was the
no
second
more
one.
the color thing. The first and foremost thing is going to be your insurance. Then they may look at you as a color afterwards. But first and foremost, they're going to look at your insurance. Okay. and I know that to be fact and true.
Thanks, LA. I saw your post, LA. Thanks.
But your insurance expires or no good, they be like, oh, you go home. It used to be a time. It used to be a time when they would treat you. They would take whether you had insurance or not, where they would. I remember those days too. But nowadays, you don't have insurance. They would triage your butt, give you a glass of water, and say, sit in the lobby, wait for your cab, because we ain't gonna do nothing for you, because we're not gonna treat you, because you're not gonna run up our hospital bill. Even though as a portion of that, they get the write off for tax purposes. I guess it depends on who you are. Maybe this is where color comes in at. And we're gonna write poor black or poor white write tax off. You two people, no insurance come in. Maybe that's where the color thing come in, but it's insurance first and foremost.
No, that's later on in life. That's later on during your years. I'm talking when we weren't allowed to go to the hospital. I used to have to go to the fire department to get our vaccination. I'm talking when we weren't allowed to go into certain hospitals because it was white only. We had to go in a back door. It was not as what you see now is progress. That's what we have now. But
the area that you grew up in, because the black folks always in the metropolitan area in DC.
Now I'm older than you. I'm older.
Black hospitals.
I'm older than you. I think Mercy
You're
Hospital.
Only older than me by how many years?
Good Lord, how many?
It's just not that many. My aunt is only older than me by 11 years.
Well, I'm older than you by 12. I probably changed the damn diaper. What are you talking about?
You might have, because at 7 I was changing diapers. But what I'm saying is that Howard University Hospital has been around for years. Dr. Brown was my grandparents and them doctors before that. So there was.
Well, that's because
of black people and doctors in the DM, especially in the DMV area.
Okay, but was that a black hospital? Because that's what they were trying to make sure that we had our own.
Baby, Howard University was, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm proud, ain't you? You know, but
but I'm saying we didn't have that in South Carolina. We didn't have that.
That's why
we didn't have those things.
It depends on where you grew up, and the demographic plays a lot. Because I bet you in Port Charlotte, there's wasn't a whole bunch of black hospitals either. Is it Damien? Or where he is in Minnesota? He's not in Minnesota. Damien is
no, Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda. That's where Tommy D and Randy are, and it is predominantly most of the people down in Southwest Florida that are of African American persuasion. There is a huge Haitian community, huge Haitian community.
But what was before that? This is now.
You just have to understand all of Southwest Florida from Tampa all the way down to Marco Island. It's retirement, and predominantly white.
Yep,
rich white people. Naples, Florida, is the richest city in the country, and you can look it up. Residentially, by the way.
You said Naples, Naples?
Yes, Naples, Florida. Look it up. Because, I mean, that's when I got out of the service, that's where I went, and I had an apartment, and the manager of the apartment complex, I wound up boning her, and then we got married. So she didn't like me very much after about 5-6 years. So, and I don't get the 7-year itch. I'm scratching at 3 and 4 and looking at her girlfriends and shit.
You said you end up having sex and y'all end up getting married. Wow.
Yeah, it was the right thing to do. And I got, my youngest son, Caleb, he was a miracle. We were told, imagine having this car ride. Okay, we got to go up to All Children's Hospital and stay overnight at the Ronald McDonald House. And then you meet a pediatric cardiologist that just got the jelly on the belly, and he's looking at everything, because when we were down in Fort Myers at Health Park, the technician that was looking at the heart, she got white as a sheet and went and got the doctor, and the doctor says, well, I've never seen anything like this before, so we're going to send you up to see Dr. Mike Martinez. And when we got up there, here's what he said to us after we had our visit. He goes, okay, Jennifer and Damien, here's something I can tell you. Your son has many heart malformations. We think he has ventricular inversion. He's got pulmonary stenosis. He has a malformed aortic valve, and he has a very large VSD, which is commonly known as a hole in the heart in between his left and right ventricles. So, and mind you, this was only 20 weeks into the pregnancy. And he said, you are totally.
Wait a minute.
He was giving me and my wife choices. Okay, that we had to think about. You are totally qualified to have a late-term abortion, but I've never seen anything like this before. So me and my wife, we get in the truck. We're driving back to Naples, and we get to Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte exits on 75. And I just looked at her. I said, honey, what do you want to do? And she goes, we're keeping him. And I was like, drop the mic. Yep. Yes, he's had 3 open heart surgeries, but now he's 31 years old. He actually makes money playing video games. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
You're talking miracles.
Fuck yeah, man.
Well, I know some people, or particularly one person, who had to make that decision as well, because they was told their child wouldn't have any quality of life. And they choose to term. And when I mean you gotta live with your decisions, it ate her up. It ate this person up, real bad.
Well, I'm telling you this to the whole panel. I am not one of those pro-life motherfuckers. Okay, I believe that it's a woman's responsibility and her right to decide what she does with her body, because even in the Bible, the reason why women came from Adam's left rib is because they're going to have to endure the pain of childbirth. And so I'm of the opinion that conversation that me and my wife had going down 75 was very, very important. That I looked at her and I said, what do you want to do? And she said, we, not me or her, rather. She said, we're going to keep him. And yes, he did have to go through 3 open heart surgeries. Yes, every time he went under the knife, we just sat there and cried and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. But after, now he's an adult, and, it's cool to see what can happen if possible. But on the flip side of that coin, if my wife would have thought that it would have risked her health, or he was going to be born dead or stillborn, because we had no idea. He could have been born purple, and they would have had to do immediate, what's called an aortic flip to reroute how his blood's pumping. That's called blue baby syndrome. But he came out, he was pink. So his anomalies actually worked, and he didn't have his first open heart surgery until he was 2 years old. So, I mean, it's just, you never know what's going to happen, man. You just go roll with the punches, do your best to, endure. That's a fucking word that all of us on this panel can agree with. And that's called endurance. No matter what fucking comes your way, you're going to endure it. And then whatever comes out on the other side, you're going to be better for it. Drop the mic.
Okay, thank you. Now that he dropped the mic, we're going to get back to our regular scheduled program. That's been the Damien moment. Okay.
Thank you.
So we're talking about the addiction. Molly, you got a video set up for me. We're talking about addictions and in the youth, how prevalent it is. Like I said, they're getting high off of everything, and they're on some of everything. And
what
I
is
didn't
vaping?
understand what a vaping
Everything.
is. Huh?
He was playing. He was starting to play the video. That's what it was.
Oh, go ahead, Mark. Mark. Go ahead, Molly.
You need to know. Vaping has become a popular alternative to smoking over the last decade and is currently a highly preferred way of consuming nicotine and marijuana. Although vaping made its fame as being a much safer alternative to cigarettes and tobacco products, research has shown that it does carry a fair amount of risk. It is important to be aware of the potential risks of vaping as the habit becomes more popular, especially among young teens. Let's look at everything you need to know about vaping. What is vaping? A vape is an electronic cigarette that creates a vapor for a user to inhale by heating liquid. Vaping devices include pens, e-cigarettes, and portable hookahs. They were billed as a healthy alternative to cigarettes as they do not involve the use of tobacco, helping avoid carcinogens. How does vaping work? Vapes come in different shapes and sizes, but their use remains the same. The devices are filled up with a liquid that may contain a flavoring, along with the substance that is to be inhaled. The liquid is heated by the device, and the vapor generated due to that is an aerosol byproduct that is inhaled through a mouthpiece and then exhaled. The vapor generated can carry nicotine, marijuana, or any other substance that is added to the liquid inside the vaping device. Health and safety risks. Even if vaping does not carry the most harmful substances you find in cigarettes, there are still some health and safety risks you must be aware of. Vaping fluid is usually more concentrated in nicotine content as compared to a cigarette. A 5% Juul e-cigarette contains as much nicotine as a whole pack of cigarettes. However, the nicotine concentration varies according to the liquid you use, offering a user greater control. Nicotine is an additive and can be harmful to a developing brain. It is invariably present in vaping fluids, even if it may not be listed, and it can pose the following risks in adolescence. 1. Problems with learning. 2. Inconsistency in mood. 3. Impulsiveness. 4. Attention deficiency. Along with nicotine, the fluid used in vapes can include harmful substances such as 1. Heavy metals such as lead, tin, and nickel. 2. Highly volatile organic compounds. 3. Carcinogens. 4. Cancer-causing flavorings such as diacetyl. 5. Several minute particles are inhaled into the lungs. It is important to take a thorough look at the vaping fluid before you use it to avoid such chemicals. Along with that, you need to be sure to keep adolescents away from vaping, as a nicotine addiction can prove to be dangerous for them.
Wow.
Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our latest videos.
Wow, that was good.
Game. You're not ready for it.
Mute your mic.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment, and you're seeing intrigue, the espionage, the alliances form.
Wait a minute.
The power that shifts around, and it is.
Okay. Alrighty. Did we not learn some stuff about vaping? I didn't know all of that stuff. Did y'all? it had harmful metals in it
Yeah.
and cancer and causing stuff. So how did they figure that's better than cigarettes? It seemed like that they what I don't get it.
Money,
They said
money,
it-
money, money, money.
They just created something in a flashy way to get to me, it seems like they did a way to make the more appealing to the children.
I'm smoking the Molly Moss. That's what I'm smoking. The Molly Moss. I don't need no fucking vape.
Trey, I can't hear you. I see your lips.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought your lips moved. I thought you was talking.
No, I was
Did
making
they-
facial expressions, but I didn't say anything.
Did they not? I mean, am I wrong? Did they not make it more appealing for younger kids to get the vape pens, the pens?
Sure, just like cell phones.
I remember.
God damn, you talk about those addictions.
And they're saying that it's water. The kids was smoking up and saying, "Oh, these are water vapors."
No, it's not water vapor. It's glycerin, mostly.
I mean, wow, because I remember my little niece having a vape pen. She's like 14, 15. And she said, "Oh, Reese is just water." I said, "Why are you going around smoking on water?" I
No,
didn't
she told
understand
me.
it.
I don't
She
want
said,
That's
"Like,
what,
anybody to say
that's
they
what she
smoke
told
water.
me.
Anyway, 'cause when you smoke
No,
water,
but the other reason why adolescents are so keen into it, and even parents are like kind of okay with it, I guess, is because there's such a stigma on a cigarette that if you've got something, you can just and it looks real clean, and it's a machine, and it tells you, how to push the button, and you got to charge it like a cell phone. And not only is there novelty to that, but that allows that adolescent to say, "Well, no, I'm not smoking cigarettes. I'm just vaping," and then
that's what they do."
that just gives them permission. That's society giving them permission.
They say it's okay. It's just water. It was like, "Oh, these are just water fumes."
It's not water.
And they put flavor in it.
There's
That's what
probably
she
hardly
said.
any water in it. There's probably
And-
hardly
and we-
any water in it at all.
And see, and old ass people like me, I'm not old, but I'm just saying, I'm not informed with it. I would think ain't nothing wrong with it. And you want a vape pen? You want to go with your outfit? You want because you thinking it's water and they just add flavor to the water. That's the bullshit. We gotta get informed. I did not know this stuff was in these pens. And
You
then
got to
the
know
liquid, I just thought it was flavor.
You got to know what's in the hot dogs you're eating.
And that's why I stopped. I was scared when I saw when they had all these parts from animals and it's supposed to be from different cows and stuff. I was like, how we know it's cow?
Because the glycerin comes from the hoof of the horse or a cow. The hoof. That's how you make glue also.
So that's why I had to cut back on the hot dog consumption and nitroglycerins and all that, all the impurities. And because I'm big than a motherfucker. But that's why I had to cut back on some of that stuff. But I did not know, back to these cigarettes. And I feel so bad because my niece vaped right in front of me. And I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Oh, this is enough. This is water." And her dad let her do, and I was like, "Okay." I did not know.
Shit.
I mean, how old was you when you first started smoking, Trey?
Probably like 17, 18.
Okay, you were 18. I would say you were grown because in some areas you could buy cigarettes at 18. Did you start vaping before you started smoking?
No, I never vape.
Okay.
Yeah,
And, okay, what about the younger people that in your circle? Did they smoke cigarettes or they were like vapors or?
Mostly smoke weed. Not a lot of people cigarettes wasn't really a cool thing for us. I know with a lot of aesthetic and how y'all was a lot of places were able to smoke in public and do all those things we can't do now. That was kind of the norm. So having a cigarette back in that time, like a little further back, I can understand. But that wasn't really a thing, necessarily. You wasn't pressed to smoke a cigarette. Like you'd be like, "Oh, I'm high, I'm smoking weed or whatever." But you wouldn't be like, "Oh, I got a cigarette in my hand." I picked it up. Actually, I used to despise it. I made a post about that shit yesterday because I'm ready to go ahead and quit. Because at 30 years old, it's just like I mean, it doesn't have a hold on me. I'm not a pack a day smoker or nothing like that. So I'm fortunate for that part. It's not that mood altering. Kind of don't even know why I do this shit, but it came from smoking weed. So one of my friends was like, "Oh, won't you, smoke one of these behind it, and it's gonna boost your high. It's gonna boost your high." And I despised it because both my parents smoke. My mom still does, and she had no problem saying that. My dad was able to quit cold turkey, but I picked it up from that, and then I just found myself like later on buying my first pack and then start rolling from there.
Okay.
I
So,
one now.
is it true? Do it boost your weed high?
It does, but I can't stand how these kids now put tobacco in their weed and all of that, because that shit, tobacco robs your weed high. It's the opposite of what weed is. Like weed is all healing, and tobacco is everything opposite.
All them chemicals.
So,
So they
so
mix it.
it
You said they
boosts.
mixed it with the weed.
It won't be
Yeah,
this type
if
of
you
street
go to
tobacco, but yeah, it's
and he's right.
ground up.
He's right. If you go to Canada or you go to Europe, go to Amsterdam, most people they mix some type of flavored tobacco in with the weed, and that's pretty common there. Now in the United States, we just want our flower. That's all.
Yeah,
No, but
because
a lot
if
of these
you
new
just
kids and a lot of people now, like it's kind of in the rap culture or whatever, weed culture, whatever. It's a lot of people put tobacco in it. Like you'll have people
Yeah.
asking around here. I'll be at the bus stop. Somebody, you got some funnels? No, I already smoke
Right.
cigarettes. Ain't no reason why I need to add tobacco to weed. If I'm gonna enjoy the weed, I can just enjoy the weed, and then if I want to hit a cigarette, they're separate though. But everybody just trying to get so fucking high. Like,
that
can you
would
just
be
get regular high? Like, just regular high. Can you just get regular high? Because everybody on pills and these kids on perks.
pills.
And
Wait a minute, back it up.
passing around,
You said another key word. Pills.
No, I like. I'll see. Here's what I like. What he said, and please, I want you to take over. What I love what he said is, this is like a cool high. It's a regular high. It's a chill high. And these motherfuckers out there are going to get like fentanyl and doing Molly and wanting to get like high. I mean, yeah, I just warn my kids. I say you do whatever the fuck you want. You're grown, but there's consequences to your actions. Trust me.
Hey Molly, if you anywhere around your screen, can you make me full screen just for 1 second?
I can
If
make
you
you
anywhere
full
around.
screen.
I think I appreciate it. Let me say something to y'all. In 2024, I don't know what area y'all live in. My area is not bad, but I know when I do venture off and I go to certain areas, I tell y'all that these young kids are on crack. Crack is
Oh,
back.
jeez.
Crack is back. If you don't know nothing about what goes on in the streets of the DMV and other areas where it's popping, crack is back. So any parents is watching, check what your kids is doing. Like it's deeper than vaping. These kids you don't need you ain't gotta go to CVS no more. Because if you needed something because your ankle hurting or something bothering you, your ass can get some pills, these kids are on drugs like these kids are like, I don't know if y'all heard of crash out kids. When kids talking about they're gonna crash out, they're gonna do something wild or whatever. These kids are on drugs. Crack is a thing. These kids are out here literally like huddled around the bus stop and all that, and they're smoking crack. These kids are on drugs. I don't know what it is, but these kids are on drugs. You can take me off that screen now, Molly. I appreciate it.
No,
Hey, and in my area, it's not crack, it's methamphetamine. I mean, it's still like crystal. You got, yeah, meth is killing so many fucking kids in this area. It'd blow your fucking mind. Meth.
Well, that's what that boot is that they call.
Wait a minute, what is boot? I heard that before. What is it?
Boot
Go ahead,
is
explain.
Boot is that shit that they be smoking on foil that is like if they say MDMA, but it's not. It's like a combination of like uppers and downers. Really, it could be a combination of a bunch of things in it. But they melt it down on foil and smoke that shit off of a straw. Like I mean, just like crack almost. But now they're not even wanting that. That took over. Nobody wants to smoke weed no more. So I can't even sell a J and buy me a pack of cigarettes if I was down bad, because nobody wants weed no more. Like nobody literally around here. I ain't got to really worry about nobody wanting to hit the blunt like I used to when I used to go to the park, because y'all all want PCP, y'all want boot, and now, like I said, crack is coming back.
And meth.
So, yeah. Yeah, well, meth, they already kind of messing with meth when they smoking boot, because that's a combination of one of the things that's in it. So when they smoking boot, they already messing with meth, really. They just don't know it and realize. So
Wow.
That's the wave right now, and that's a block away. That's not far. That's a block away.
I wanted to talk about the children on drugs. And Trey, thank you so much, because I had no idea it was this worse than what I thought. This is worse than what I thought then. And you're saying that crack is coming back? I hope Joe to blow. That's what stagnated the 80s. That's what turned all of these monsters and fiends, and they were doing some of everything. And it's getting scared. Woo! If the crack come back and then the meth and the woo! It's already on. What are we gonna do with? What we gonna just wrangle up all the kids and lock them up?
That's what we're doing right now. Trust me. Our prison population since 1990, our prison population since 1990 has bloomed 500%. Yes, we're locking up kids.
These kids are stealing cars and robbing niggas, and these kids got guns. These kids ain't, these kids ain't thinking about what nobody talking about. Everybody want to be a crash out. Everybody want
a crash out, and that just mean they can do something crazy.
Shout out, Phil. We need to hear from you.
Damien. I need to get some clarification. No, so crash out. So if somebody tell me, I'm just gonna go crash out, that means I'm about to do something stupid, whether it's stealing the car or shoot somebody or doing something reckless and endangerment. When they say I'm gonna crash out, about to. Why can't they say I'm gonna go crash out and paint somebody's house, or I'm gonna go crash out, help clean up some yard, or I'm gonna crash? Why can't nobody crash out that way? Why they gotta destroy and hurt something?
Because they the ones that most of them don't give a fuck about the area. They don't have. I mean, I also don't have. I don't know. I don't believe in you being who you're around when people say that like you are who you hang around. That's not true at all. That's your mindset. And I say that because at the same time, I still fuck with these people because they're human beings. Like they still cool. They all got their own type of personalities and all that. And just because you indulge in certain, like you're not about to be sitting around me doing it. I'm not about to be just hanging around and you just lighting up or something like that. It's not gonna be like that. But when you catch people when they don't have any or they not, on it, and you see the other side of them, like I can't ignore that part. So if I feel like you gonna have me in harm's way, I can't fuck with it. But I still rock with a lot of those people. I'm not afraid to sit around. I'm not afraid to associate or talk to them necessarily. But it's your mindset. It's sad to see people like I know that look like skeletons now. People that didn't have no type of bone structure before got deep, deep cheeks and like sunken in faces. And I've watched a lot of shit happen around here moving to Maryland.
Ooh. And it's not Ozempic, because they said they get the Ozempic look. Wow.
Yeah, so.
Phil, Paige, good morning.
What's up, family? What's going on?
What's up,
What up, Big Phil? What up?
What's up, family?
We was talking about
you,
what we just learned about vaping. I mean, it was a good video that we had about vaping.
About what? Vaping?
Yes. And I did not know that.
Vaping what?
When vaping anything is bad.
Yeah, but I used to vape. So I mean, what you talking about? Are you vaping drugs or you just vaping oil? What are you talking about?
It's just as bad. The drugs, the what you put in the vape is bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's definitely bad. Vaping is not good for you. And
but I thought it was water. I thought when my little niece, when she was vaping, and she said it's just water. It's just fumes. It's just flavored water. But it's not.
It's not. You're putting you're putting an foreign
Glycerin.
substance. You're putting a foreign substance into your lungs. And you know, the thing about vaping is when they told me I gotta stop smoking cigars, I started vaping a little bit. And I found out that shit was fun, but it wasn't for me. And then the problem about vaping is you ask about it, it ain't been around long enough to get the long-term health effects of what it's going to do to your body. So
Lock it in. Lock it in. He's right. They don't know.
Hey,
Lock it in.
one thing I don't mean to just jump in. It may not be my turn. Is it my turn?
Go
sure.
ahead, Lee.
Because I have to go off because I have to go to my neurologist appointment in a few. They're gonna pick me up in like 20 minutes, and I gotta get dressed. But okay. So I from my teachings, from what I've learned, as far as the body, human. When you put those vapors is no more than water. So when you vape, that liquid goes into your lung, and they'll eventually that water will settle in your lung because there's water, and everything in your body is 90% water. That water is going to settle in that lung, and they're going to end up having to give you a cut off part of that lung to whatever effect. It's not. It wouldn't be cancerous. It would be a growth. Chemicals are bad. I just had a lung cancer surgery where I had an air bubble on my lung, and it didn't come from vaping. I honestly still believe it come from the chemicals, and they're still running tests on me to make sure that it came from the chemicals that I work with, like Lorton Landfill, working with methane fuel, jet fuel, explosives, and things like that. So when you say vaping, you got to know exactly what chemical they're using in there, and it's man-made. It's not earth-made.
Right. Exactly. You used to get something called popcorn lung from vaping.
Is that what that when the water get into your lung, they call it popcorn lung?
They call it popcorn lung. Yeah.
So I never vaped, but the chemicals that I've worked around has, you got to know what you're taking. And most of us, some of those chemicals have multiple chemicals within them, and then you got the reaction from it because you don't know how your body's going to react to none of it.
Hey, Lee, I just had a question for you because there's been a rise in small squamous cell carcinoma, lung cancer, small squamous cell.
Yeah, I didn't have.
There's been a rise in it since the vaping started.
I can believe that.
I can believe that also. But
squamous cell carcinoma, but this is not a rise.
It's called small squamous cell carcinoma, not just squamous.
I know what it's called, Damien. If you listen, I'm about to tell you a little information tidbit. It's been bad. It's been bad. A lot of people don't know because they don't know they got it until they got it. So it's not. I haven't seen a rise when I was reading like a rise from the vaping, but what I have seen a lot of rise in respiratory illnesses. Since the vaping and pneumonia, the RSV, people, the kids with the asthma and all of that stuff. With the vaping.
Well, look, that's where I think vaping is what caused my those blood clots that I had in my lungs. Nobody ever told me that, but I think I'm not a doctor, but I didn't have problems with my lungs until I started vaping. I didn't have problems with my lungs when I was smoking cigars. I started vaping and I started getting blood clots in my lungs.
And what's crazy, none of my cancers has anything to do with smoking. It's all chemical. That's what's amazing.
Yeah, you're a result of what you breathe.
Because they said that vaping, they add flavor to it. So where is this flavor coming from? When they said, on Reese is just water, we add flavor to it. And then on the video that they showed about vaping, and this was a regular vaping, I guess, with the nicotine, they were saying you got to know what you're adding because a lot of that stuff has metal in it. It has carcinogenics in it. A lot of that fluid that they're adding, so-called flavor. Where the hell is the flavor coming from?
Now,
What else
And I
is
hey
this
guys,
know
let me get dressed. I got like 25 minutes before he be here.
All
And it's
right,
gonna
Lee.
take me 15.
okay.
I'll let
So
y'all
Hey,
know what
peace
the
out,
doctor
Lee.
says.
Love you, girl.
All
okay.
right,
Love
Lee.
you,
We
girl.
talk
Right.
later.
And
Hey,
one of my
just so you
uncles
know,
that,
on
that
that
used to
on that
vape.
on that subject, Althea, see this right here? I mean, it's a cigarette. Okay, this has been around longer than the vaping shit. But you know who owns the vaping stuff? It's still big tobacco because since the late 1800s, I mean, tobacco has been a staple of global society. So we have all
That's like
What happened?
America's biggest money making
we have all
area.
been involved in what's called a nicotine sales environment, and this goes back thousands of years.
I remember in the
Nicotine.
70s, we had electric cigarettes. Do y'all remember that?
Yep.
What did
Electric
the Indians
cigarettes.
smoke?
They had
What did the
cartridges.
Indians smoke in their peace pipe? They smoked tobacco, or they smoked marijuana, or they smoked the flower. I mean, that is what you did. And I mean, again, it goes back thousands of years. You can go back to Christ for real. We've been in the nicotine delivery business globally forever.
Joey
Well,
Lee said, also
before they
there are
got
economic. Oh, my bad.
no, go ahead. What you said before?
I
Because I
was
was just
saying Joe. Oh yeah. Okay. I was reading a comment from Joey Lee. Let me see. Hold on. It says, Joey Lee said, also there are economic consequences. The ability to hold a job, the money you spend on drugs, alcohol, etc., could be spent on productive things. Very true. I waste a lot of money on
Okay,
cigarettes.
but Althea, there's a cycle to that. There's a cycle to that because you have to think about something. What's one of the biggest industries in the world? And that's
Pharma.
the medical institutions, hospitals, doctors, nurses, CNAs. I mean, it's bigger than the car business. If it weren't for people getting sick, they wouldn't need them. So, I mean, one feeds into the other.
Yeah.
Just like two koi fish.
I don't know if you all heard me say it before, but Trey, you might have heard me mention this before. I call it, instead of the circle of life, I call this the circle of death. I start with our government. Our government approves stuff to come in so they can give to us. They feed to us. Our government feed to the population because we're the consumers. Feed it to the consumers. Then the consumers get sick and we run to where? The hospital, the doctors. We feed it to the doctors. The doctors then turn around and complain to the pharmacy company who are in cahoots with the politician that lobby to get these drugs and stuff in. It goes right back to the government again. So start with the government, the consumers, the physician in the hospitals, the medical facility, back to the government, back to the consumer. It's the circle. Because they prove it, what is it? Throw that ass in the circle, throw that shit in the circle. All of this is rolling around in a circle. And it comes from and we the people, we gotta realize that us as consumers,
I mean,
what we're buying into, we just buying
Now,
into
now
that.
here, Althea, there's another thing because I've heard you on this Morning Mac show numerous times talking about Medicaid and getting your insurance and having to pay those fees and stuff. You know that most industrialized countries outside of the United States, including Canada, they have free healthcare. Free. You don't have to go pay for shit. Now you're paying a little bit more in taxes, but you're taking care of everybody. But you never have to. I mean, go to France, have a baby. They'll let you have fucking 6 months off and bring a nurse to your house to change Pampers for you if you don't know how to do it.
Your microphone.
Our medical system in this country is so fucked, and it has been.
Yeah. Look,
Everything's run by big
keep
pharma. Everything's run by big pharma. Also, do you know that there's only 2 countries in the world that advertise prescription drugs? That is the United States and New Zealand. Every other country, if you went and watched TV, there would not be any prescription drug advertisements because it's illegal.
Now,
We're the only.
What they're also saying, because America we have to pay for our health care, they're saying that that's why other economic superpowers in the world, like over there in France and stuff in Canada. They're saying that's why they're having financial problems because it's free
No,
healthcare. That's why they're having whatever. But I'm like, if we are machines, and then we're a factory and they're pushing us out, they should want us to be as healthy as we could possibly get. Because I'm healthy, I can work longer and more days than I could if I'm breaking down, getting sick all the time. Break down. So then I ask myself, do they really want us to be machines, well-run oil machines, or do they want us to be drug mules?
No, because that's part of population control. That shit too, though.
Both. The answer is both.
Part of population control, like a lot of the numbers. They don't want too many people here. They want enough to keep shit rolling and the numbers going where they need to go, but not too many people overcrowding and too much to control and all of that. So I don't know. It's been
but when your babies are back on crack again, and baby, let me tell you something. Crack breaks all color barriers, okay? Crack don't care what specific person you are or what specific color you are, religion or nothing like that. Crack epidemic had the wealthiest businessmen turning into fiends, had the most beautiful women, beauty queens turning into fiends, had the most esteemed people going down to fiends. Crack will level the fucking playing field. Hey, you talking about economic? It's going to be a boom all across the board. And you said crack is back? That's scary.
Yeah.
Hey, Althea, read what Joey Lee just put up. Read what Joey Lee just put up.
I can read it for her.
Thank you, baby.
It says, excuse me, advertising medication used to be banned in the U.S. too. I think lawyers as well could not advertise on TV.
That's correct. Lock it in.
I feel like when I was younger, I don't remember all of these. I don't want to mock
we're the most litigious society in the world. We're the most litigious society.
Wait a minute, Damien. Let Trey finish. Let Trey finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
Trey. What happened? He gone. He's about to say something good. Oh, there you go. Hold on. I think I don't see him. He's gone again. So go ahead while we wait for him to come in. Damien, you said we're the most lethargic?
No, not lethargic. Okay, it's litigious.
Litigious.
If you match litigious, which means we prosecute more people than anywhere on the globe. Do you know that 80% of incarcerated and citizens in the globe, or it's like right around 70, they're in the United States. We are the most litigious, which means that we take people to court for every fucking thing they can. We have more lawyers per capita than any place on the globe. And you can look that up.
Well,
and that's why our prison systems are now privately owned. I mean, come on, think about that. Privately owned prison systems.
It's money. It all got to do with money. My grandfather called them nickel chasers.
Well, again, now like Joey Lee was saying, it used to be illegal to advertise medication on TV when it was black and white, back in the 50s and 60s. When the lawyers opened up the floodgates, now here's where you have more commercials for than anything else: pharmaceutical drugs and lawyers. That's it. Everyone else pales in comparison to the amount of money that they pump into that shit, that fucking revenue stream, because they know something's going to happen. Someone's going to, I got in an accident, I want to get a check, or I'm sick and I got to pay the hospital. I mean, all this, man. And I'll go back to the vaping thing. Phil Page said, that was probably the worst decision he could have made. But what was it? It was new. It was a novelty, and it cost you money. And it was part of that revenue stream to go, okay, I'm going to give you this. It's going to take something away from you physically, and then I'm going to put you right over there in that corner and, put an IV in your arm and, swab your balls and try and make you feel better. And then you're going to get a check in the mail if you don't have insurance. So, I mean, I think, and I'm just being totally honest with you, I have not had any identification in 20 years. I've not received one piece of mail in 20 years. I don't have a driver's license in 20 years. But what I do know is that those things that everyone think is necessary, I don't. I scoff at all. I am off the fucking grid. You know what my credit score is? 0.
You only deal with cash and carry. Okay, that's great. That's
like
great.
my grandma.
Oh my.
That's you. You go to 0, but I bet your mate or your spouse is on the grid. So if something she needs to do something or y'all need to get something, y'all still rely on Connie's ID.
Well, of course. Why not? I mean, we're partners.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, right, Phil? We're partners.
Yep.
You saw her. We are fucking we are locked in. I mean,
So
me
you
and my
are
wife
not
are
off the
inseparable.
grid because off the grid is off the grid, Grizzly Adams.
Yeah,
You
but
are-
ain't no one
you
gonna
are
find
not
me
off the
anywhere.
grid.
Ain't no one sending me no bill. Fuck that.
Yeah, thank you,
Because
Molly.
you're using Connie's grid.
Because what are we talking about? What are we even talking about? Let's play the video.
But I want to say something real quick that a lot of people in this panel may not agree with, but it has to do with drugs.
Say it, baby. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
I mean, you're talking about people cracking, all that stuff coming back. And crack, I mean, these hard drugs are coming back because so many of these kids are smoking weed. And it happened to me. So I'm not talking about something that I've heard about. I'm talking about my drug history. I smoked a lot of weed when I was growing up. I smoked to the point where my tolerance got so high that weed wasn't doing nothing for me no more. So I had to start looking for other shit. That's why I will argue that weed is a gateway drug. We will get you, it's a gateway drug. And if you smoke enough of it, you're not gonna get high off it, I don't know. But your body is still gonna be craving that high. So you're gonna start looking for other shit. So
I think it's the individual.
it's
Because
got
I
a
know-
lot to do with the individual, but as far as the masses is concerned, that's what made these other drugs so prevalent. Because
the reason, go ahead. I was gonna ask.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the other reason why it's a gateway is because of weed brings people together. Weed had me sitting around people that I wouldn't have normally fucked with in certain situations, and not that I'm hanging out with them or continuing to be around them, but it just put me in circles where you just you might have a smoking circle and you don't know who these other 3 fools are. You know, they might be cool with so and so. So somebody pulls something out their pocket. And like you said, if you in the mindset of this weed ain't doing shit for me no more, it ain't getting me high no more, whatever. Because I've been there and I laid off of it for a couple months and then got it back. You know, so when you going on it too hard, these kids will be looking for something. Like I said, they sprinkling other shit in the blunt. They sprinkling tobacco in the blunt. Like they looking for anything that gives them the slightest rush right now. But that's another reason why, just to add to what he was saying, that's another reason why it's a gateway.
Yeah, it's a gateway
because
drug.
it brings you around a lot.
Is it because their tolerance is so high because there may be a lot of them were addicted to drugs when they was coming in their system, and that's why they got a high tolerance. That's why they feel this weed isn't doing nothing for me. If you're
I was addicted to weed. People say you can't get addicted to weed. That's a damn lie. Lady told me I was addicted to weed when I was 14 years old. She told me I was a drug addict. She told me you were addicted to weed.
At 14?
At 14, I started getting high at 12. So at 14, I was addicted to weed. Okay. And I joke about it with my friends, and we sat down and talked about it a few months ago. I never went to high school a day in my life without smoking weed. Not one fucking day.
Wait a minute. You never went to high
like you.
school a day in your life when you
A
was
day.
smoking weed?
Without
Smoking
smoking
weed.
weed.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
Well,
I ain't
why
no-
didn't
not
you use
one
why,
day.
why didn't you use it
What?
on stage?
One day.
I used to float through that hallway, Slim. You can tell me a goddamn thing.
But how did you do academically? How did
I
I
had
mean?
great grades, and I was very involved in like
you-
a lot of things with the school and community. Yeah. I was
So
very
if
involved.
we supposed to mellow you out, help me out here. If we supposed to like you that, how are you on it and astute, and how is your mind clicking?
My mind was clicking fine. I sold weed to my teachers. So my mind was fine. I sold
Definitely
weed to
sold
my
to my
teachers.
boss. Definitely sold to my manager when I was working in high school. Definitely did that. Yeah, so
Damn, I must have been
I got
living
my
in
I got my job because I used to sell because he smelled weed on me when I was in the register and he bought some, he liked it. We started a conversation, got to know his wife, which ended up being this girl mother that I'm in class with. You know, I ended up getting a job through him off some weed. Really. And
I
he
had a
got
high
right. He
school
started
job where I was working at.
Lock it in.
I had a high school job where I was working at Holly Farms Fried Chicken. I was selling weed and chicken out the window. I was selling weed and chicken out the window. Through the drive-through.
Shout out to all the plugs. Still got his teachers on that gateway. That gateway weed. I'm about to use that.
Is that why Holly Farm went out of
That
business?
gateway
Phil?
It may be.
Is that why Holly
I
Farm?
did well. I did well. I was 15 years old.
Wow,
Hey,
we got
Althea.
another video. Molly got a video. Okay, Damien, what you say, baby?
No, real quick to Phil's point. But Phil Page will tell you that I sell comedy and T-shirts like I used to sell drugs.
You do. You do. You do.
My name is McCall Mirabella, and I am addicted to nicotine.
Teen YouTuber McCall Mirabella is going viral after posting about her difficult experience quitting e-cigarettes cold turkey.
I was seeing more and more stories about kids my age being hospitalized because of lung illnesses due to vaping.
The 19-year-old says her decision to kick the habit started with a $3,000 bet with a friend at the beginning of the year.
If I could make it to December, I was going to donate the money. And I'm doing that because I want to prove that I'm quitting for myself.
But she says she never imagined just how hard it would be to let go of her Juul-flavored nicotine.
This is so hard. I feel like I'm at war in my body. My throat hurts, my head hurts, I'm craving it.
When I quit, I was super hungry. I was eating all the time. I was nauseous. I threw up a couple times. I was super emotional and irritable, and I was definitely more anxious.
Doctors caution McCall's more severe withdrawal symptoms are uncommon and are urging that stopping e-cigarette use is far healthier than continuing the habit.
Cravings, of course, can be triggered by a variety of emotions or visual cues. Withdrawal symptoms do not last forever. You get through them and they go away.
Recent studies show roughly 1 in every 9 high schoolers and 1 in every 35 middle schoolers use e-cigarettes.
We've seen studies in humans and in animals that link nicotine exposure to impairments in thinking and cognitive function, and also increased impulsivity.
Last month, the FDA banning Juul products from store shelves, but that ban on the most popular e-cigarette company temporarily paused. Juul telling ABC News, "We do not want any non-nicotine users, especially those underage, to try our products as they exist only to transition adult smokers away from combustible cigarettes." McCall says she is now 5 months without nicotine. Her message to other teens, despite the pain of quitting, it is worth it.
Wow. First of all, I want to know where she at and what she doing to be able to place a $3,000 bet. What kid out there? What kind of living is she doing? $3,000 bet. Okay. And it's not like she was on something other than e-cigarettes. You know, but maybe I'm wrong. I guess do the e-cigarettes get them with the mood swings and you know when they ain't swing, you know, when they leave me alone, Mom. I'm fine. I'm fucking fine, Mom. Just leave me alone. But Macaulay, where are you going? What's wrong? I haven't had a cigarette all day. I mean, I don't know because I don't vape. And
I can sum it up. I can sum it up in one word. Puberty.
Molly said that's rich kid problems.
Nope. Can't even say that because I was not on that shit. Puberty have nothing to do with my attitude. I was not snapping off and no sir, not in this house. I don't know about
She
your
said she
house,
went
but
through the
not this one.
withdrawal of vomiting, of eating, of headaches, of all that. That's like something more than some vape.
Nah,
If
that's
e-cigarettes
nicotine.
is just water.
That's the same thing as cigarettes. Let your ass go. I can make it about a week in a couple of days without a problem. But after that, them headaches pick up. Your sleep is off. Your headache is be on. Like you be irritable.
And she got a $3,000 money to bet $3,000 that I can give up electronic cigarettes, which is just supposed to be water vapors. I'm still, I'm still lost and confused. I'm lost to turn out. David Green, what you saying over there? You mighty quiet, David Green. Are you over there vaping?
No, I never vape. I never vape before.
You smoked cigarettes before?
I did used to smoke cigarettes. I went cold turkey. What was it like 19? I think like 1999 or something like that.
Then when the hell did you pass out for putting oil gel on your cigarette? When was that?
That was
He said he
When
was
was it,
kicking.
Stella? When was it?
Well, that was a few
was-
years ago, right?
No. That was like 2 years before I quit smoking cigarettes.
That you will put oil gel on a cigarette, then laying on your back and doing the roach, kicking this screw like a roach.
Man.
For oil gel,
You got caught. Hey, funny man Green, you just got my wife cracking the fuck up, man. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's for teething pain. Use
that
oil
was-
gel
yeah, that was-
for
that was-
headaches. Use oil gel to get high.
That was yeah, that was
And Althea Connie loves you. She loves listening to our banter. She loves it. She listens to it every morning. And thank you for that. I mean, I like to see my wife smile, man. It's a blessing.
Now you think you gonna get some butterbean? That's what that is.
Yeah, you think you gonna get a piece of that butter bean?
Fuck yeah, lock it in.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah, what the fuck?
He turned the camera over.
That butter bean. That's one of the bingo words. So if LA said that he said that he was gonna make the bingo cards. He said that in the comments earlier, and I responded to it. So yeah, if he makes the bingo cards, then that's gonna be a thing. There's a couple
gonna be
keywords.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Everybody betting and
I
buying.
thought she was in the
bingo
tub.
card.
Oh shit! You guys got her fucking cracking the fuck up, man.
I thought she was in the tub.
You know that
Yeah,
is not in the
and
fucking bag,
she ain't wearing no purple draws like Althea, man. She goes commando when she gets out of bed. You know what I'm saying? She's wearing Spanx. That's it.
Excuse me, these are
Shit, that's her house. I ain't mad at that.
You can actually see now when we're walking through Walmart. You can actually see. It's not like camel toe. It looks like a split peach in her Spanx.
All right
And
now,
all the boys are going,
I do not want to hear
shit,
about her Georgia
That is,
peach.
look, I do not
Where's
wanna
that
hear about
butter
the
bean
letters
at?
in the
Holy
mailbox.
fuck!
We used to call
I
it
do
letters
not want to
in the
hear about her
mailbox.
Georgia
Hey,
peach.
my wife is a freak, people. Okay, don't let that fucking pretty demeanor and calm citizenship think. No, fuck that. When the lights go out, man, she's got the glow in the dark dildo. She's trying to put it in my butt, and it's annoying.
I would love to not hear about your butthole,
freak.
her
I would
snap.
love to not to hear about it too. When I think about people going out and not wearing underwear, it throws me out because my grandmother used to say, "Oh, she got a letter in the mailbox." We used to see people walk and they clap up their dress in the back of the bin. My grandmother would be like, "Oh, she
you
got a
talking about
letter in
that
the mailbox."
sundress? You talking about that sundress?
You know how the sundress be all flowing
And it's free. You know when a bitch ain't got no underwear on.
Exactly.
You know
and we was looked upon that. That's nasty. You stink. You get a drawers on. I don't know. It was like,
right.
You gotta air that fish out sometime.
Not trout. That's nasty. That's
You
not
gotta
good.
air. You gotta air the.
That's
Some
pH
people
balance.
got croaker and barracuda. So
that's okay. Even when my wife's got a yeast infection, she knows I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna open it up like a grilled cheese sandwich. And
Can you take him off the screen? Take him off the screen.
Back to my smoking cigarettes.
Right, can we talk about anything? Like,
look, put some of that in the e-cigarettes. I bet you they be like, we ain't gonna. We not smoking.
Yeah, it'd be called the Connie. It'd be called the Connie.
Back to me smoking cigarettes. The reason why I quit was because I was spitting out bloody mucus.
Ooh,
and I got I got scared or whatever. Like I thought it was, I was freaking out. Thought it was cancer and all this mess, whatever. Like that. No. But people were saying said something like it was the fiberglass or something like that. No, that was cutting. Yeah. So that's the reason why I quit.
That should be something. That cool.
Well, no, I mean,
and that's and that's what it was. Not only I preferred Newports or whatever.
That has a high concentration of fiberglass.
But my uncle, he smoked Pall Malls with no filter, and my aunt, she smoked Cools. So you know, whenever I didn't have any Newports, I was So
my grandfather used to smoke Camels. They had no filters either.
All of them sound like robots and junk. Yeah.
But my grandparents didn't sound like that. But my grandmother quit, and I used to go and like say, so I'm gonna tell you the truth. I smoked for I don't know. Me and Joy, my best friend at the time, we smoked all of 2 days, maybe a week, because we were both trying to be rebellious against our parents. So I came in the house with a cigarette and said, I started smoking. My mother said, so? I was like, don't you care? She was like, as long as you can buy, don't ask me for no money. She said, you know, and I was like, this is not the attention that I was looking for. I was waiting for it to be in an uproar. Oh, why are you smoking? Don't smoke. I mean, I forgot we grew up in a house that kids smoking at 12. No big deal. Grandparents, tobacco farmers. So they didn't care. So I was like, Joy, this ain't we in the daggone laundry room smoking Benson and Hedges, coughing and shit. We're like, we got the raw cigarettes. We thought that Benson and Hedges, rich people with money smoke Benson and Hedges. So we was like going on 7-Eleven, and we was kids buying Benson and Hedges. They were selling it to us. So if this was, I was 13, this was back in 84. 1984, kids could go and buy cigarettes. Yes, they could, because we should have went in there and bought cigarettes.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
Well, I used to do that for my mom, but I'd have to bring a note and a check that they would fill out for how much it was. That's and I was a kid, and then I'd go and get cigarettes for my mom.
You know, and this is probably why I don't smoke cigarettes. It's just because I choked on it. You light them on the stove. That's how my aunt and uncles and them got started smoking cigarettes, because my grandmother would be like, light this on the stove.
On the stove.
She used to see me the same way, but she used to be mad because I done burnt up the whole.
Or the toaster.
Or the toaster. Yeah, you can do that.
Or the toaster. Yep.
You can light cigarettes on the toaster.
Yeah, on the toaster.
Yeah, you just put the thing down and then wait till you see the element. You just tap it a little bit and light, and then you're good. Then
I
flip
never
it up.
knew that. Oh, you told me to do, but I'm not going to light nothing in there. But I never knew that. We used to turn the fire on, and I used to be scared to put, because you had to put it on there to take a drawer That's what my grandmother them used to be mad at me because I was standing on there and burn a cigarette up. Because I'd be too scared to go, to draw it, Because I'd be like this. And she'd be like, you done burnt the damn cigarette up. Get like another one. I'm like, So no, I didn't. And then like I said, we tried to smoke. It didn't fare well for us because nobody gave a damn. So we was like, this the wrong thing.
And the crazy thing when I quit, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think cigarettes were like $3, $4, and people used to complain. They'd be like, "Oh, the cigarettes are so expensive," because they heard about New York being like $6, $7 or something like that at the time, and they was like, "If cigarettes ever get that high, I'm definitely quitting." Now, how much are cigarettes? And
Like
they are still smoking.
$12.
And they are still smoking.
I heard that too.
The average is
cigarette gets
12.
up to $5. I'm quitting. Cigarette better not get $5. I'm quitting.
But they're like $8 in Virginia. So I just go across the bridge.
Hey, look, hey, just so you know, this is show and tell. All right, these are called 24/7s. They taste just like Newports. And right here in Springfield, Missouri, they cost me $24.99. And yeah, so I'm gonna die slowly, but I'm gonna die on a budget. I'm gonna die on a budget. I'll say.
Wait a minute. $24.99 a pack.
No, a carton.
Oh. I was about to say.
Yeah, and see how it's called 24/7. It's for fucking chain smokers like me, and this is for chain smoker.
I'm gonna tell you how I started smoking cigarettes again. I got a fucked up story. I love fucked up stories.
You hear, Phil?
I had stopped smoking cigarettes for 10 years. And then I got a job at an engineering firm, the job I retired from. So anyway, the first week and shit, I'm struggling and shit, trying to figure out how to work shit, how to do all kinds of shit. And this, that, and the other. And I was like, these white people gonna fire my ass, But anyway, so what I did was, I was trying to figure out shit, the way to do shit. So I saw the other engineers out at the cigarette booth outside in the yard smoking cigarettes. So I said, fuck it. I went and bought me a pack of cigarettes. So I went out there and started talking to them, and they started telling me shortcuts, the way to do shit, and all the different ways, you can do shit. They like you doing shit the hard way. If you just do it like this. Now, if I hadn't did that, I probably would have got fired. But sometimes some good shit come out, something that
Imagine if you would have took some weed.
Your big ass was just out there socializing, Phil. Your big ass was out there socializing.
He would have leveled up.
If you bonded over cigarettes, how much could you bond over a J?
Nah, well, they weren't out at the cigarette. These 50 and 60-year-old white dudes, they weren't out at the cigarette smoking J's with their pocket protectors on. They weren't doing that at the time.
Oh, all right.
So I'm like, I swear.
What was they smoking? Marlboros?
It didn't matter what they were smoking, but I could come out. I had my cigarette, so I could come out and hang out with them.
Look, can he come out? Can he come up, coming down?
Mm-hmm. I went out there and met my father's sister. Huh?
You had your pocket protector on too. Be like,
I ain't had my pocket protector on, but it was like I was probably the only black guy out there. But it was okay because I was out there smoking cigarettes with them, and they didn't feel threatening, and I could go out there. So they telling me, I was real young at the time, and and I'm trying to figure out shit the old ways, flipping through manuals and shit, trying to figure out how to do shit. And then once I got out there talking, they talking about, you can do this like this. Just do this, this, and this.
But that's dope. That's actually dope, though.
You talking to Roger and Dexter.
Yeah.
I feel at the door. He's still smoking. And he running out there with his cigarette.
They run out there. I grab my pack of cigarettes. I look around the office for the smartest motherfucker I can find. I grab my pack of cigarettes and run out there and start talking to them. Next thing I know, I'm on. My job is safe. After 30 years, I retired.
Over cigarettes of all the things in the world. Phil,
Over
you made
cigarettes.
them feel cool.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Hey, you know what? I can't. I got to tell you, I cannot deny any of that not be the truth, because it's got to be the truth. Because you should have seen everyone in fucking St. Robert, Missouri, with Phil and Brenda. I mean, they were like local celebrities, weren't you?
Mhm.
They
So
were
you
out
all ready?
around black
You all
people.
ready
They
for
was
your
like,
show?
"We got
You all ready
visitors."
for your show?
Yeah,
For me?
November 16th at the Hub, where the debut performance with Brenda Brown and Phil Page. But November 16th is going to be Jeremiah Cotton and Ryan Shields, who won the Dirtiest Joker contest at Kick 66 last week. So, and the flyers up somewhere.
Funny man, and out there, I need to talk to y'all too. I'm getting you on my next Christmas. Well, I didn't say you on. I guess I gotta ask you first. But my December 14th Christmas drive at the barber shop. If y'all guys want to be on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll talk to y'all. I just can't say y'all gonna be on. I guess I gotta ask first.
Phil, you know, I support. You know, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I don't know whether you believe it or not, but I'm gonna tell it because the truth stands alone. I support anything that you guys can do. If I can do it, I'm there. I support it. If I can't be there, I'll talk about it. I'll have other people show up. I'll support that because we are a community here. That's how I feel from the bottom of my mucousy lungs and snotty
Not the
nose.
mucousy lungs.
Yeah, I from the bottom of my lungs. I feel that, you know, we family, and anybody that I, you know, bring in my circle, I hope you feel the same way about me too.
Oh,
So
definitely, without a doubt,
all
without a
you
doubt.
gotta do is say, "Is you available?" And if I ain't got
Are
nothing,
you available?
I am available on the 14th. Hey, on the 23rd, we're gonna be at Martinis and White Plains. I'm on the show. I don't know who I'm on the show with.
Yeah.
All I know,
Awesome.
they said feature. I said, "You want me to feature?" I
Get
said, "You got
get
it."
them flyers or whatever they got as soon as you can, so you can get that, you know, get it spinning.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have my flyers out now. I would definitely be out there to support you too out there.
So, and if anybody want to buy tickets, they're $30. You can get them through me, and I'll make sure you got your still one of my people right up front, so
You
y'all can
still at
hold my liquor.
919 tomorrow?
Huh?
You still
Yes,
at 919?
tomorrow.
All right, yeah, I'm coming
Thank
out
you.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be out there. If I get my leg is all right, I'll be out there.
Now, I got a question. Should I give out candy or cookies?
What kind
Cookies.
of
Put weed in it. Cookies.
You like cookies?
No, I mean,
I actually, hey, my wife Connie, she likes candy. These are 100 milligram a piece gummies. It's called Kush Drops.
Doesn't that say 1,000? I thought I seen an extra zero.
No, there's 10 of them in a bag. Each one of them is 100 milligrams THC in a gummy, and she uses it every night.
You say 1,000 on there, they're gonna be walking on the ceiling.
Yeah.
You like put that shit up there again so I can see it.
Yeah, that's what I know. What I'm talking about. That's 1,000 milligrams.
That's what Connie
You
takes
said
every
that's
night.
1,000 milligrams, not 100.
No, but there's 10 of them in here.
That's 1,000 milligrams each.
No, it's 100 milligrams for 10 gummies.
All right. Okay.
And it's 100%, and it's 100% legal in Missouri. So I'm shit, man. We're all high in Missouri.
To 7-Eleven and get gummies like that.
I wouldn't go to fucking 7-Eleven. Hell no. I like the top shelf stuff where I took Phil Page and Brenda. She got some pre-rolls, and they got a little tour of the high-end legal marijuana shit. He was there. He went through. I don't have an ID. I can't even go in the back room. Okay, I don't have an ID. So,
David, did you see that, David?
I like
David,
that talk
fucking
show.
Green, you look good with a shirt on and your glasses. You don't look as creepy. When you sitting there with those glasses, look, am I lying? Tell him. Phil, tell him.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Althea, my wife's cracking up. Are you? No, Althea, my wife's cracking the fuck up right now. Are you talking about Funny Man Green or me?
Well, I was talking about Funny Man Green. You look better. Keep your shirt on.
Okay.
Keep your shirt on.
Ebony and Ivory. Look at that right there. Ebony and Ivory.
Thank God.
Funny Man Green with wife beaters. Funny Man Green look like he, now he look like he's a student, like he's a professor. He could teach a class. Like
you do like you teach classes and shit. You do like
I don't look like I can teach a class. I don't look like I can teach a class. I guarantee you I'll get their fucking attention.
No, you remind me of the old custodian.
But that's just how I talk. This is how I talk.
Yeah.
You remind me of the old custodian in the back that look at all the action and be like, these fucking kids.
Oh, that's gross.
The janitor.
Lock it in.
Yeah, nah, you don't look like none of my
kids. Like these fucking kids. He remind me. That's what Jimmy got me.
I would say that auto body. I would see you, and because I had classes in auto body and stuff, I would see you doing something like that, like one of those teachers that's teaching you how to put components together with
I was in theater. I did not go to auto body. I didn't go to wood shop. I was in the cooking class, and I went to
can't
theater.
see you in theater. I really can't.
No theater.
I was in band.
No cooking class. That lets you cook in meth.
No, it's called home economics. And I aced it. I fucking aced it. Easiest class to go get
Lock it in.
Damn shit.
Lock it in for theater class.
You can't even make that shit up, motherfucker. You can't even make that shit up.
I can't
you
in theater class.
I'm not that motherfucker, man. I'm not. I like hanging around with the ladies.
That's why I
agree with you on that.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, my first wife. Just so you know, my first wife, Kelly Casey, she was a second flute, and I could play the trumpet, the baritone, the trombone, and the sousaphone, which is the tuba.
Okay, so band.
And,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's another thing too.
So I was playing the tuba. And because I've always been a class clown, she was the one girl in the class where, man, I just thought something was wrong, and then I realized, man, her personal home life is shit. So my job every day was to try and make Kelly Casey laugh. And you know what? I finally hooked her. Now, it wasn't, this is teenage love shit, right? Okay. But I did get her because she was the only person that wouldn't laugh at my jokes. But I finally got her, and she was shit. We had sex in the back of a 1978 Ford Fairmont, and wait a minute, and I got her pregnant. She came on to me, man.
Damien,
she wasn't a virgin. Anyway, so no, listen, we can bring this up on Wellness Wednesday. But no, we have two beautiful children.
That's why you don't vape. You can turn into a Damien. So if you want to turn into a Damien,
I don't vape. Does this look like vaping? I'm not vaping.
That's where it started from. I don't know if that's water.
Okay, well then I'm old school. I ain't gonna fucking vape. I ain't even paying for that shit. I'm Jewish. How was copper wire invented? Two Jews fighting over a penny. Fuck off. Yeah. Drop the mic.
Damien, my grandmother, she was living. She would call you one word, a dopey. That's what she called. Damien, that's a dopey.
A dopey.
A dopey. You hanging with a dopey, Reese?
Hey, my the co-founder of Comedy for the Cure, Brian Hamilton. You know what his nickname for me was? Stupid.
Yep.
No, you're not stupid. You're very smart. You just a dope.
No, Stoopy. Stupy. Stoopy.
Oh, because you go in a stupor? Is that it?
No. It was just it was a cute thing that he made up for me, and so he has an alter ego called Cleveland Cupcake, and he'll put
Oh,
fake teeth in his mouth. I'm talking. You remember Brian Hamilton? I introduced
yeah, I
you to
saw
him.
Brian, but I would never know him to be a Cleveland cupcake. Okay, all right.
No,
Well, hey,
okay. So me and him were doing videos down in Fort Myers, and so I have to be Stoopy, and he's Cleveland Cupcake. So I walk into a bar. We're selling tamales, and so I sell like all of them in one stop at the pub, and he puts his teeth in, and I know it's time to do this video. So he takes Glade air freshener and he sprays a Mentos that is stuck to the carpet. And I love candy. So I got in to the car and he went off. I went down and I grabbed the Mentos. I put it in there and I went. By the way, this was all staged. It was all staged. And then Brian, he went
it's
off.
almost time for us to leave. I want everybody to talk about what we got coming up. I know for a fact that on November the 2nd, which is this Saturday, right, Phil? Phil Page, we're here. He gone. Phil Page. Well, I'm on a comedy show with Phil Page November the 2nd. It's a virtual one. So, David, why you look like you stuck? Move stuck. Okay, there you go. I'm like, is David stuck?
Hey, there's Shaquan. There's Shaquan.
Shaquan Williams.
There she is. Miss Williams. She's there.
I don't see Shaquan, but
she just texted. Hi, family. Love you guys.
She's in the
in the
comment
family. Hey, Shaquan.
She's in the house.
What's up, Mr. Shaquan?
Okay, these are the shows that I in my head that I got coming up. And let's start with tonight. Tonight is a brand new. I don't know what to expect from Brenda Brown because I don't know. I don't know if she got dementia, Alzheimer's, but she crazy. So you don't know what you're going to get with Brenda Brown. So tonight is the all new episode of Sauce to the City, and it's all newbies except one, me. So this should be interesting. I don't know what to expect. David Green, wish me luck. I don't know. And then tomorrow night, y'all, it's Fright Mike. If you scared, don't be scared. Get on the mic and do your thing. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Phil don't work at Holly Farms no more. So y'all got to come out and see him on Wednesday at Bar 919. He's going to be doing his thing. Also, Just is going to be out there. My man Just and the Strapped In crew. And my Duran, my beautiful, beautiful songbird Duran, he's going to be out there singing Mama. That's his song. He's going to sing it live in person. So tomorrow night is going to be a good, fun night. I call it Fright Mike, taking it back old school style to an open mic where you get on and do whatever it is you do. Everybody get 5 to 7 minutes, 5 to 7, depending on how big the list is, you know. But you get up there, you do your thing. Trey Wiz, you gonna come out there, you gonna sing for me tomorrow.
I might do that.
Just sing a little something, just a little bit.
Might do that. I was thinking about it.
We're gonna practice in the back. I'm gonna be your background. Be the background.
I might do that. I was thinking about that. Yeah. I was saying that to my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I'm putting my outfit on. I'm tomorrow I'm gonna be an 80s girl. Totally everything. Watch. I already got my outfit together, which is so cute. Because when I was a kid, we never really dressed up for Halloween. My mother used to tell us this lie: "You don't need to go trick or treat. I can buy you candy." We'd be like, "Okay," but we be in the house, but we ain't got no candy. Where the candy tomorrow?
Hey, Althea. Althea, I got a question for you. Yeah. I know that Brenda just made the flyer for the Sauce in the City sponsored event at the Hub. That'll be the second show. Is there any way you could pull that up? Because that's Jeremiah Cotton and Ryan Shields. Want to give them a shout out for doing it.
I don't know. When Molly pull the videos up, he'll put them in order for like the date wise. Okay. So yours is in November. Right, cool. So we
I was just asking. We ain't got to get hot with each other like that, man. I mean, are you going to start an argument? Let's go. Come on.
Ain't nobody talking about no argument, Damien. But I'm saying, Molly will pull it up. I don't even control that. So Molly pulls
All right.
that up. Y'all know that.
Fair enough.
All
right.
But if I'm going in
Y'all
order
know
off the
that.
top of my head, tonight would be the new Sauce in the City newbie episode. And tomorrow will be Fright Mike. That's the 30th. And there's something that's happening actually on Halloween Day. I don't know what it is because I don't have the flyer. Then on the 1st is Friday. That's the recap show for Sunday's Sauce in the City. Yeah, I think.
I'll take you to your walk on that.
So this Saturday is Phil Page presents. Let's Get Ready to Funny presents. Then on next Friday, on the 8th, I will be in the house again on the 8th with Lee's Drag Show. I will be hosting. When Molly put those fly up, y'all see that. Then your thing is, what date is your thing, Damien?
Okay, it's November 16th at the Hub. 7 p.m. dinner, 8 p.m. showtime, and it's going to be featuring Ryan Shields as the Ivory part, and then Jeremiah Cotton's coming in from Southwest Florida, and he's going to be the star. I'm gonna host.
Okay. And then Phil just came in today with the barbershop. I think that is November the 16th as well. That's the Saturday.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
I got a show November 15th.
You got Friday.
Yeah.
All right, David Greenwood, you better speak up. Tell him what the show November 15th.
Yeah, Stanley.
Yeah, I got a first time ever home show. You know what I mean? No traveling 3 hours, no traveling different states, nothing. Like hometown show at Mezzo's in Cumberland, Maryland.
Mezzo's.
Yeah, very, very excited about that.
I'm excited about that for you. David
sounds like
Green
a
on
nice
the
place.
flyer. All right now. Do we got the flyer?
Lock
David?
it in.
Molly is sure when he get a chance to do the
Yeah,
flyer.
I think Molly got the flyer.
You know, I got to get him the flyer for November the 23rd. They called me when we was doing the show. Like I said, I'm booked at Martinis and White Plains. So as soon as I get the flyer with all that information, I'm booked for that on the 23rd. Oh, this is going to be so busy. David, we're getting busy up to the date of December the 6th.
December 6th, yep.
Yep. All this practicing we getting.
Yep.
That's nice. And then Christmas gonna be right around the corner. Yeah. Or whatever people celebrate, but the holidays I say will be right around.
November the 6th is the Vegas show in Vegas.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
So we got to get together so we can get our tickets because we're gonna be on the plane. I'm leaving on the next plane. Now I'll be back in a couple of days though, after December the 6th. So the 5th to the 8th, I think. Is that the block? So the 5th to the 8th.
I think it's 5th to the 8th. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then my Aunt Felicia just told me that she's gonna go with me. David, she gonna go with us. So the package. So I'm so excited. And I was like, for real? She was like, girl, yeah, I can't have your blind ass out there by yourself.
Man.
Well, I was like, I'm not gonna be by myself. I hope nobody have me in trouble. They gonna hear me on Vegas swinging from the Eiffel Tower. Or somebody gave her a gummy. Trey.
Yeah. Oh man, you never want to go through that again.
Hey, Althea, I talked to Jeremy. As soon as he's done putting that proof together with you on the stripper pole, I'm gonna send it to you privately, and you approve it, and then he's gonna set up a store for you for Morning Mac Show.
Okay, you can sit. You know what? You can sit like to the back so the whole gang can see it. So if they
No, I'm gonna wait for him to get done with it. It's gonna take him another couple of days. He wants to make it right, just like he did with Brenda. I mean, what he did with Brenda sure was pretty fucking cool, man.
I wait whether he put the stripper. I mean, I can't say that whether he put the pole. We ain't gonna say that.
Oh wow! Friday.
Wait a minute. What the fuck did you just say? God damn. What?
Wherever he put the pose.
Hey, Althea, remember we were talking about putting whatever, dude, fuck cancer in that top right corner of your print? But can you pull your print up again?
I can't, Molly. Molly, where you at, baby? I know Molly said they calling my name too damn much.
Hell yeah, he trying to sit and mind his business and shit. Y'all talk. He trying. Listen to the video.
So
What was the heated conversation yesterday that I missed?
the vapes were hurting kids in our area, especially the white kids.
No, that's today.
That's
We
why
just talked about yesterday.
her story made the news. Okay, so Molly said the reason why the girl was vaping. I want to get today's out the way first. So the reason why the girl made the news because she was white. Is that why it made the news?
I'm tired of hearing shit like that.
No, I'm just saying. He said that's why it made the news because it hurts black kids in our area all the time. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Oh, I mean, the reason why it was pushed, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what her following is like either, because if she already some type of social media, whatever, that's easy to get on the
She had $3,000 to bet. It says she made a $3,000 bet. Most kids
that's not if she's doing anything like in regards to social media, then that's not really, that's kind of what today's time is. These kids are making money like that, and they just streaming, walking around, going buying little shoes and shit from, wherever the fuck they're going to, and they making content out of that and getting paid.
And so they're paying to get their own vapes. They're paying.
But I don't know. Is she like a social media? I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just asking. Is she like a social media influencer or something like that? Because I've never seen the girl before today. Is she a social media influencer?
I don't know how about the floors. There go Molly.
There's Molly.
There's Molly.
What up, gang?
Is the girl a social media influencer or something, Molly? Because if she got a following already, that's not hard for her to get like the sympathy train or something.
I just thought that, stories like that when they make the news, it's like there's so many other things to talk about that. I was saying in the comments that it was hurting a lot of the people in the white community. A lot of the white kids are getting hospitalized because of these vapes. And that's because they got more access probably to money. They just order them on Amazon. So they don't allow them from the store. And the kids here, they just getting affected as well. But it's been like when it affects them on that area, they tend to talk about it. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That's today's topic. Is our children today, how they on everything. And Trey just bought something that's heartbreaking back to me. Is he said that they on crack today too. I was like, crack?
Like 100%. Not even joking. Not even 100%.
He's not even joking. He said
nobody smokes weed. Like I don't have to worry about nobody.
When I be going to therapy in the morning, you know how it be cold in the morning, and I'm like, it ain't that cold, but smoke be coming from them huddles. So I don't know what kind of smoke is coming from the huddles. It ain't that cold to see the breath, And these are middle schoolers out there with the elementary school kids and high school kids. Said out there with the elementary school kids.
Let's fire that bullshit. Them thick clouds of smoke, they over there hunched over or covering their heads trying to block out the wind. Man, that's only like a block away from here.
But the babies is doing. I haven't even heard of boot. That's why I said I heard it before.
17.
Let's do that.
Yeah, do that.
But Molly, I thought was a pill.
Nah. Molly, ecstasy is what they. What Molly is. What they call Molly for these young kids is what ecstasy was for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a pill for ecstasy, but it's not. But it's not. These kids got it misconstrued. They be calling OG, which is a weed strain. They be just anything that don't look like a flowery and pretty and all that. They call it OG. Like their terminologies and how they place terminologies on things, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, really. So it's not, it's not that. They're wrong. They don't know what the fuck they're calling certain shit. And Boot Up has like meth and people say MDMA, but it's not. but it's like meth and like downers and uppers and shit in it. Like it's a combination of shit, and it look like a little rock. And that's separate from crack because they don't want that no more. They're getting away from that and they're starting to actually be smoking crack. Why? Because they're not out there on the foil like they was doing before with a straw trying to smoke that shit up. Now they want to hide in the woods. They want to be in the they want to be secluded and away from everybody when they doing what they're doing. That's why I know y'all smoking crack. Like, and it's got people. It's got people.
When I was younger, my friends was doing boot, and it's the thing. Like you got some boot up, and they can be up all day. They can be up for 2 days, and they get all the work done that they need to get done. So they was taking it mostly to do things, But now people do it to party. They want to party 2 days straight. They want to be up. They don't want to lay down. So I don't know. You get smoking it now. Now they smoking it. They putting it with a downer. So you mixing the upper with a downer. So they got them looking like zombies out here. They looking like they 40 already. They 18.
That's what I was telling them. Yeah, that's what I was telling them.
Yeah, they look bad.
Very very thriller like. Drawn out, almost dead.
Same thing when we was kids or babies, our parents, they was doing crack and all types of dope. But
the difference was, Molly, you said our parents and stuff. If these are elementary kids and junior high kids, I mean, it's a younger. It's sad because these kids don't know. The adults didn't know what they're in for and how to treat a dog. Could you imagine how it's treating a young adolescent mind? They're gonna lose their fucking mind. It's just getting it developed.
In high school, middle school, doing drugs, they was smoking weed and stuff. The same thing with the kids. It's like they can't get access to this stuff without an adult most time. It ain't no kid 13 years old got all the work to Molly and Buddha. It's an adult that's giving it to them or selling it to them.
Yeah.
$1.
Preach, Molly. Preach.
Serve to the kids and no old people, pregnant women. Now they don't care. Girl can be 8 months pregnant. They'll serve her whatever. That's what she wants, So now it's at a point people just on money. As long as they look like if I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it anyway. They don't get it from me, they gonna get it from somebody else anyway. So why miss out on this money?
Yep.
I know motherfuckers selling clothes now. Motherfuckers coming around the table talking about, hey, you want some socks?
No, people. Wait a minute. You said
but on some real shit. Yeah, like people coming around, like people that was good. Some of them had jobs, some of them didn't. But everybody was at least getting money some kind of way, and it wasn't necessarily a way that was even doing it.
Exactly. And when I was a kid in the '90s, I'm just following up with you, Trey. When I was a kid in the '90s. It was a teenage Mexican. He was a LKN. I had no idea because I was selling powdered cocaine. But I did not know what freebase was, crack, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Right. So he showed me how to make it. And I learned that from a fucking teenager back in 1993.
Yeah, I was a kid in the 90s.
Wait a minute. 1993, Damien, that was 31 years ago.
Right. Yeah, it was. You nailed it.
Damn.
I didn't know. I had no fucking clue. I thought it was like Mr. Wizard's World. And now here's the sad truth of that whole story is that someone, because I was used to doing like maybe I'll do a line or something, and party with the fellas while I'm selling my gear. Because I mean, I grew up on the street, so I got to do what I got to do. But the thing was, when someone gave me it was a tire pressure gauge broken apart and duct tape on one end, and then chore boy in the top, and he loaded me up when he goes, "You've never smoked this before?" I said, "Hell no, I've never smoked it," and I did. And here's what happened. I got my ass in a lot of fucking trouble. I mean, I went down that fucking rabbit hole so fast it'd make your fucking hair crawl. Yeah, it was that fucking good. So I had to give up crack. Plus, I smoked a piece of drywall and a ramen noodle. That is when I knew I was out. I'm smoking
So
literate
you
dust
like
bunnies.
being out of your mind. You like being high out of your gorge.
That's not Chicago.
I'll never, Althea, I will never go back to that one right there because that one scared the fuck out of me. I mean, it was such a good high. I mean, I'll never do it again, and I haven't in 31 years.
You're not going to use that word "good high" because anything that makes you crawl on the floor.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I can tell you, it was good.
If they got you looking for Roman noodles to smoke.
You looking for ramen noodles and shit?
That just fucks up your chore, boy.
That's not a good high. You smoking oodles and noodles and shit. No, that's not a good
drywall. Yeah, because I was still fucking I was still trying to get high, and I thought I dropped the shit on the carpet. And I didn't have a vacuum cleaner. No, my carpet was fucking clean as a whistle. I was smoking everything in that motherfucker.
So
the cracker, I don't give a shit.
Everything happened in 1993.
I was like, why they nothing but look you in the eye? They looking on the ground for crack.
Hey Josh, if you serious about making, Josh, about making the bingo cards, add drywall and ramen noodles. We're serious, but I definitely commented and told him.
I was out of
in 1993. 1993.
Right. And I was out of money. I was out of friends. I did one of the most ruthless things you could ever do. My mom let me borrow. It was a Ford Festiva, which kind of looks like a roller skate. And man, the boys, the LKNs, they were coming for me. And my power was off, rent wasn't paid, landlord's knocking on the door. I'm hiding in the closet like a bitch for no fucking reason. And
crack. For crack.
Yes, crack. Okay, I'm telling you, I gotta give you my story. Right, so, one thing I knew was I woke up one morning and I looked in the glove box of the Ford Festiva and the title was there. So I went to a used car dealer and I got $300 for it. I sold my mom's car, and I took a one-way flight to fucking Naples, Florida. I cannot make that shit. That's how bad crack is. Fucking
it was hold out for the car.
I can't make it up.
Hold out.
I know how bad crack is. I've seen it. You know.
You know how bad crack is?
Yeah, I seen it. My uncle was on. I seen what it does, and all I could do was sit there with tears in my eyes and cry. Where he tried to fight my grandmother for money. He was still, my uncle was he was still Jesus off the cross. My grandmother was staying with me, and when I took her home, because she was staying with me during the week to watch my son, and on the weekend she'd go home to her house. This is how she ended up losing her house in Palmer Park. We sold it because my uncles couldn't behave themselves. They wanted to invite the neighborhood and turn it into a crack house, which is right across the street from the fucking police station. So I take her home, and her air conditioning unit's gone. He done put her air conditioning unit in a hot. He done sold the lawnmower. We couldn't cut the grass. He done sold pots and pans. I mean, who do that? I remember when I broke my leg and I was staying there. He was stealing frozen food out the freezer to eat. I'm like, how is he cooking this? How you gonna steal a frozen pizza? How you gonna eat that? Where's you going to eat this at? So I've seen what crack does. Try to get in the bed with you. Crack try to get in the bed with you. Crack try to take your money. Crack they think.
Oh no, it will take your fucking money. I know what crack can do to you. It will take your fucking money.
Y'all never functioning crackheads. Y'all never met functioning crackheads. Like crackheads, when I grew up, they used to wash the car, they work out.
But that's where they can get the money. I seen the crackheads
active in the community and all that shit, community advocates and all that shit. How you doing now? Yeah, now.
Back in the day, people have rearranged their life. They're clean up and they're off of drugs and they're doing so much better.
Yes, Joey, it's every day.
They didn't die. The ones that didn't die survived and got off of it and cleaned up and turned their life around. So I've seen that too, and I applaud that. I've sat in AA meetings with family members because I love and support them. I was like, that's right. I mean, I support anybody that's trying doing good. Me and my uncle got into one of the worst fights. My uncle, I'm sitting there watching TV, and he popped me in my eye. My glass was like, I'm like what the? I ain't lying. We watching the Back of the Idol, and I'm like, so go in my room. I was yelling. So he must have thought about it. He was like, it's like this to like this, and I'm like, I'm sitting there like,
in your face all day, baby.
Oh shit! I was not looking for that at all.
And that's what my son. And my son said, "Mom, you must have been a nigga in your former life." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Because Uncle Junior gave you 2 gut punches. You didn't even flinch. You just rolled with it and came back with it." And I was like, "Tyree." So then my son grabbed him and said, "Uncle Junior, what is you doing? You was not boxing my mother. What is you doing?" And
I'm glad that it's something that you not cut you off at all. I just gotta say that I'm glad that it's something that you can find humor in today's time, because if our friendship was dependent on me laughing or not, it would have been over.
It's the truth, and
hey, panel,
you had to be there.
Panel, what I think is the funniest, Althea and the panel, this is just what makes me laugh, and I do write down notes. I mean, like all the fucking time. Okay. What's so fucking funny is we started off with vaping and we went to fucking Althea getting punched in the fucking eye like this. That's fucking funny.
It was what drugs do.
How do we go from vaping
because of the children? The children's on drugs, and we're talking about the older generation on drugs, how it affected them and how they deal with, and we just got out of that bad epidemic. But if children was born out of that, born to addicted to drugs and stuff, it was a bad time. And then for Trey to turn to me today, 2024, November 29th, to say that crack,
October 29th, yep.
October 29th, to say that crack is still running out there like a badass kid. And we didn't eradicate, we didn't get past nothing for it to come right back like that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm saving weed now. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm saving weed like a motherfucker now because I'm out there. I used to worry about somebody trying to buy a 10 real quick off my shoulder, but not no more. The game has changed. I'm telling you, they do not want weed. They like, oh, nah. You be like, you want to hit the J? Nah. What?
Damn.
You want to hit the weed? I don't want to hit the weed.
Definitely end up on more medicine than they was on when they were just on crack. And that's the only thing. Like, my mother was on it, and she was claiming for 20-some years before she passed. Yeah. And shit, her friends still out there on it. They live it. So it's crazy that they still out there and they like, I'm gonna do this for life. But at the same time, my mother's in there taking 10 pills. Now she got 8 pills, then this and this. So it's like they took her off one drug and put her on 8 other drugs to keep her off that one drug. So it's just like, I don't know how does it work, because a lot of these crackheads that I used to see out with my mother, they still be like, "Hey, Molly, man, I miss your mother." That I'm like, shit, they still out here doing crack.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, always help.
Some of the best relationships is crackheads.
Some of your best relationships.
No, not some of mine. No, I'm saying in general. In general, some of the best relationships. Some of the best relationships are crackheads. Like,
what are you into?
I'm not talking about for me. I'm talking about 2 crackheads together. You see them I guess the motto is through thick and stem or something. I don't know, but like,
they look out for each other.
Rocks and stems.
Hey, Tamale's point. you got to think about something else that was an epidemic, and the heroin, you know, opioids, OxyContin, fentanyl, all that shit.
The young kids using heroin. I mean, I don't see them sticking needles in them in there like that.
Nah, ain't nobody sticking no needles. I'll say that. I ain't no track marks, nothing like that. But just the overall transformation. People that used to be big, getting
that right there, my niece Kimberly.
Damn.
You know, she was a drug addict.
I'll be talking like shit.
So if I ever meet your niece Kimberly,
she was trying to get off. You know, she went to like a rehab center in the St. Matthew's house in Fort Myers, and she'd been clean, I guess, for like a year and a half, and she went to a party, and they crushed up some pill, and she thought it was OxyContin, but it was fentanyl, and she died within 15 minutes. So and then my best friend Michelle Hamilton is her mother. Now imagine the burden that, because even Michelle will admit that, you know, she was a drug addict with her husband, and the kids growing up, they saw certain shit and whatever. And you know, kids, I know this just from my own opinion, but you know, you live what you learn. If your parents are fuck ups, you're pretty likely to be a fuck up.
That's not true. That is not true.
Okay, I understand. Wait a minute. That's not the point, Althea. That's not the point. The point is, she was clean and she was trying to get herself right, and she got herself in one fucking situation, and she didn't know what she was taking.
She wasn't supposed to be taking nothing. She was supposed to be, you know.
Right.
Woo!
She didn't. You know, just to see the look on her mother's face, because she had told her daughter Kimberly. No, she had told her daughter Kimberly. She had told her daughter that if you keep going down this path, you know, you're gonna die. And she was clean for almost 2 years, and then it took 15 minutes.
And see what it stays been here. She'd have been here. But what I'm saying, you're saying that the most kids see their parents on drugs, get on drugs. It's the opposite. When you see your parents and you want to get on drugs, mostly everybody I know with drug parents tend to do better. Their kids say, I'm not doing that, and they don't.
Hey, so I think someone's going to call bingo. I think someone's about to call bingo. You motherfuckers cracking the fuck up. They're about to call bingo. Someone's going to call bingo.
No, Ellie just no. Remember when you said where's Molly? Ellie just frost and said, what would he say? Hold on, let me go up here. Where is that? Oh yeah, you said where's Molly at? He said he's trying to play mama. I was cracking up for like 15 minutes on that one.
Oh shit! I didn't know what you guys were fucking laughing at, man, because you guys were reading the fucking messages.
Then you was talking about Kimberly. He said, "Was anybody not on drugs?"
That's fucking fun.
I wasn't on drugs. I've never been on the drugs. I seen what drugs can do. I think, you know, when I was 7 years old, we smoked real grass. I don't know what y'all smoking nowadays. Yeah, that's the challenge for you. Get out there and smoke some real grass. See how you do with that. See how high you get with that. That's a challenge. No, I better not say that, because somebody might really do that. Like, we really did it. They got sick. So.
Oh, you talking about real? You talking about like literally grass, like outside grass.
We went outside in the backyard. We
Yeah, but hey, it's hey,
I thought Connie.
Ain't that real grass? That real grass has got vitamin C, but everyone's got to sign up for that Molly Moss. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, that shit is dope.
Way to plug the shit up. Yeah, that part.
Molly Moss. Molly, they're gonna be looking for your ass soon.
Yeah, we want the lemonade. We want the smoothies. I want it shipped to every country in the world.
He said, y'all stop talking about that shit and be about that shit. Put it in order. Put it in order.
Look, that's right.
Stop talking about the shit.
He will deliver in the 10-mile radius. That's right.
Oh, hey, wait, Connie said how much? My wife just said, Molly, how much?
Oh, okay. Molly,
you got to answer. Connie wants to know how much the Molly Moss is. Connie's asking about the lemonade or smoothies.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I had cut the mic back up.
That's
I said for the team, $7, $10 anybody else. So as long as you part of the morning max show like what you is, $7, 3 for $20. Other than that, $10.
Hey, Connie says she wants it for $6.
Oh, Connie can get it for free, man, as long as she come pick it up.
That's right. Okay. That's Connie, you got a ways to go.
It's free. She just got paid for shipping and handling,
There you go. All right.
She get it. Yeah. Right. You got paid though, Dame.
All right, I'll pay. I don't care.
I'm allergic to shellfish. I can't take that sea. I'm allergic too.
I'm allergic to shellfish too.
I know that I can't take sea moss, but I actually can.
Sea moss isn't a fish. It's not a fish. It's algae.
It's algae that lives on the rocks.
Yeah. It's So I'm allergic to any seafood. I gotta take an EpiPen, but I can take the sea moss.
Yeah, that's why I was scared to take sea moss, and I gave it a shot, and I felt better, and I kept taking it. I was like, I'm good, because anything with sea in it, I stay away.
Extra allergist, because some people, for real, I had to go to my allergist, and that's like, it's not a fish, it's not an animal, it's just an algae fungus that grows on the rock. They call it Irish moss and all of that. So people with allergies, just drink a little bit or taste a little bit and see. Try it.
Hey, do you guys, because we're talking about the sea moss and it is an algae. Hey, Molly, if you can, I'm going out of right field here, but did you know that algae is being grown to produce diesel fuel?
Shit, nah,
Hey, no, listen. Can you look it up real quick? There's got to be a little clip. Algae, diesel fuel.
Yeah, we'll do it, but I'm still find it.
Because we're gonna talk
All right,
about
I'm sorry.
For
Man, I have too many.
About to be out.
All right.
So,
Mama.
if you got an iodine deficiency or you're allergic to iodine, like myself, sea moss has some of them, like Clean It Good, Know It Good, has a high concentration of iodine in it. But for some reason, I can do the sea moss. Do it in little doses, introduce it to your body, and see what happens. For those of y'all who can take it good, get it in there. It has a lot of good sea moss, bladderwrack, and what's that other thing that come out of a tree, Molly? You know what it is?
Maple syrup. Maple syrup. Maple syrup.
Comes from the rock.
Maple syrup.
Damn, I don't know. We ain't talking about it tomorrow. I was it say the green slime in diesel fuel is not algae. So I don't know.
No, but it has lipids in it.
It's a combination of bacteria, mold, and fungus.
You're looking at something different, bro.
Oh, okay.
You looking at bacteria or fungus. Y'all stay the fuck away from that diesel fuel here. This is the man that smoked drywall and ramen noodles. Y'all stay the fuck away.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Bingo.
I love you, Damien. I love you, Connie. I love you. I love your Damien.
Mama.
Connie, give you a hug.
Shout out to my people in Chicago and Gary.
There
Drop
you
the
go,
mic.
Chicago.
Bingo, motherfucker.
If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there?
Hey, Molly, turn that shit up a little bit. I want
that a bit.
Nigga came from Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Bingo.